So can your stream hear us now?
Yeah, the stream can still hear us and everything. I made sure everything was.
All right.
Luckily, nothing was interrupted in sense of things. At most, it was back to
Up.
the settings.
Up.
Look who it is!
Sorry, it took me.
What happened to you?
My fucking internet died for like a while again.
That would do it.
Damn.
Carl, you missed them bullying Bip.
Of course I did.
Bip
We're
bullying
already
his
on
chick.
the ship.
Luckily, I've been streaming it, so there's a VOD of it. Gonna highlight it later.
Okay.
So, luckily you came in the middle of break. So, while we're on this break, and just before we start up again, why don't you introduce yourself and who your character is?
Wonderful. Alright, so I should probably fix my profile picture so that
Your character sheet is all set up for you. I just don't have a picture for your character.
wonderful.
Do you have a picture for your character?
I have one that I have been using. Just a moment, let me grab it.
Okay. I'll need you to throw it at me.
Yeah.
By the way, I always have to say, every time I imagine Tiamat's symbol, I think it's a pinwheel.
Yeah, it is a pinwheel.
Like you just hold it up and suddenly you just see it spinning. Is Jorah there? Jorah's muted.
What is that clicking noise coming through?
Click.
Was that through me last time? Was that the staticky noise? That it sounded like a... That's a horrible...
I can't hear a clicking noise.
I don't hear it.
I'm not hearing it anymore either, but when you said that my mic was kind of staticky, is that what it sounded like?
It was kind of poppy.
Kind of clicky almost? Like a
Kind of,
very
yeah.
fast clicking?
It was clear static. I could tell that. It was
Okay,
kind of
hold
as
on.
if your mic was kind of like fizzing a bit.
Hold on.
Careful, if it gets any more clicky, it won't let anybody else in its group.
Hold on, I got this.
Bless you.
Work!
Ah!
Work. Microphone, work. Camera, and internet.
Totally
Oh my god.
the shit out of my audio interface because I need to replace it.
Oh, there it goes.
Yeah, that's what it is. Got it. It's my interface being an ass. I finally got my verification code. Finally!
Yay! Okay.
Alright, while I'm looking for this, to check, how did everyone else sort of introduce themselves so far?
Their name, the name of their character, what race and class they are, maybe a little bit of how they look.
What do you mean it couldn't be verified?
Alright then. Well,
There you go.
You good?
I chatted and immediately got timed out.
What?
So after all of that, to be able to chat in your Twitch chat, I get timed out.
It was what the fuck?
Message deleted by a moderator.
What the fuck did you type? What the fuck?
I just said I can chat now, Pog.
Did you put a lot of fucking
It was all
exclamation marks?
caps. No, it was just all caps.
Oh, I had the cap sensitivity thing on. That's why.
Oh.
I have cap sensitivity on for spammers. So that might have what nipped you in the butt there. Sorry.
I've never actually seen spammers use all caps.
I've seen them.
I'm
Yeah.
used to the wanna be famous ones, and those are always in lowercase.
Wanna be.
Oh, I've seen some spammers and capitalization.
Wanna be wiser.
I can edit that down the road.
Anyway,
That's my
So-
own bed.
Viral,
It's just funny.
please introduce yourself.
yes. So, firstly, hello. I'm Viral, Night, V, whatever works. And Huh?
Funny man.
I am the funny man. Hello.
Shit, gotta go tell Funny that he's not the funny man anymore.
No, he's the
Never
funny
was.
guy.
And my character is Richard Smith.
Talk about a
Yes.
white boy name.
I go for. I'm sorry, I go for simple names.
You're fine. You're
Hey,
fine.
hey,
I'm
I
just,
actually have a simple name
I'm
for
just
you.
teasing.
Jimmy's a simple name.
Yes, it is.
But you
My name
don't
is
spell
simple
it with
and
a
exact, it's only
Y.
3 letters.
I don't know
I'm
that.
kidding. All right, go on.
Yeah, though. He is a Hexblood Ranger Paladin.
Nice, nice.
Which. Herman, can I just show them the funny thing with my proficiencies real quick?
Show them the funny haha.
Oh, I'm curious. Oh!
I heard a.
Oh, oh.
Oh, what the fuck?
Mm-hmm. I made this reference before, remember?
Oh, yeah,
yes,
that's
you're
right.
right.
I don't recall.
I do remember this now.
I made the joke earlier on of like the last thing he sent to me was him geeking out over his plus 13 proficiency in persuasion.
Oh,
So I
yeah.
said, bring your plus 13 persuasion ass in here.
Yeah,
How much what?
Plus 13.
plus 13.
Mm. Mm.
I have a 20 in
Okay.
wisdom and charisma. And as a
Hold
Fey
on.
Toucher Ranger, Fey Wanderer Ranger, I get to add my wisdom to my charisma checks.
Yep.
Hold on a second.
Yep.
Oh.
Because I
Yep.
have 20 charisma, 20 wisdom as well.
Are you willing to dump 3 levels into Ranger for it, though?
No.
That's
It's
the thing.
funny, but no.
I have a 20
Hold on,
in
what is my
charisma,
persuasion, though?
and I
It's
have a plus 8 in persuasion and deception.
Nice. That's
I
fair.
feel like I got the worst rolls.
I don't know how I rolled this well.
Even with an 8, I still kept up.
Nonetheless, though, to describe a bit of how he looks, his hair, well, I'm still finding the image that I'm using for now, is sort of a, dark brown. It's fairly average, shoulder length that's pulled back into a ponytail, with his forehead sort of marked in what looks like a bit of a crown of thorns. He looks pretty much human, other than, the crown of thorns mark around his brow. And his eyes look. The color is hard to pin down. But nonetheless, otherwise he's, a bit over average height, clean shaven, wears leather armor, and has a fairly, large cloak as a ranger. But yeah.
Cool.
Uh,
Let me know when you find the picture.
Oh my god,
Yep.
Joe, really?
Yes.
What?
Look in my chat.
Oh, let me switch tabs.
Ra-da-da-da-da-da.
He should be able to type now because it's been passed. I have
Probably
it, so
wasn't
there's
trying
a
to get
certain
timed in
number
again.
of caps you have to, like, put in for it to trigger, so. I'm gonna
All right.
increase that
It
at
would have
some
been
point.
funnier if it had
So-
timed me out again.
Oh, thank you guys!
I'm going to have to do an unfortunate thing and do a comedic thing with your character in order to get them into the same place as everybody else. Is that
I-
okay?
That's fair. No, I'm late. That's fair.
All right.
Like, if I didn't want that to happen, I should have been on time.
You're
Are
fine.
they falling out of the sky or are they a stowaway?
Neither.
Oh,
Shipwreck?
Not quite.
Okay.
what
So,
happened? Is everybody here
um,
first?
is everybody here?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
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 All right. So, quick sound off. Do we have Mad Snake Bitch?
Yeah, we have grumpy fucking snake bitch that. Yeah.
Do we have our Dragonborn with her Tiamat pinwheel?
Yeah.
Do we have Not Long to Live?
Yes.
Pinwheel.
Sobbing.
Do we have our favorite mask person?
Yeah.
All right. And do we have Dumbass?
Yeah.
No, that wasn't you, Viral.
No, I just sneezed. I just sneezed.
The timing was perfect.
Speak up, yummy bird.
Sobbing.
AFC.
I'm not food.
KFC.
Oh my god! Oh my god! You are our campaign's Paimon! You never touch the ground. You speak in a high pitch.
Buy any of your asses.
Emergency
Hey,
food.
it's lunch.
Oh,
Don't worry. Once I get to level 6, I won't have to eat anymore. So
What?
What?
yeah, yeah.
that is a thing with their character, with how they're building them.
Fair enough.
I won't have to breathe, eat, sleep, anything.
I
Technically,
mean, you already don't sleep.
yeah. I mean, like all of that. I'll be able to do. I'll
Alright.
literally just exist.
That's just a racial trait for me.
So, with everyone here, the ship is still pulling away from the dock. Rewinding just briefly, Viral, Richard, you woke up late. At first, you don't realize anything is wrong until you notice the papers that were on the desk that you left out the night before that specifically reminds you that you were supposed to get on a ship.
Oh boy.
In a flurry of movement, you get yourself ready. You leap out the door and are bolting your way through the streets of Neverwinter towards the docks.
Okay. Karma, should any combat or anything be expected for this session?
Should what?
Any combat or anything be expected for this session, or it's just character introduction stuff,
We
right?
don't know.
Maybe.
Okay. Should I use a spell slot for a joke?
You know what? It would be a best use of it if you want to.
Okay. In my rush, I'd use Zephyr Strike so that I moved faster.
How long does that last again?
It can last a minute.
All right. Okay. So, in your haste, you decide, you know what? I'm going to use up some of my magical power. You invoke the Zephyr Strike, and suddenly you move 60 feet in a round, and a round is 6 seconds. So, literally it lasts as long as 10 rounds. So, you literally fly down the street, wind picking up behind you, knocking things over, knocking people to the side. There's a lot of angry shouts behind you. You startle quite a few horses as you duck past them. It's almost like watching the beginning of Aladdin and seeing him like duck and jump through a whole bunch of people's apartments and other such things, because he's going as fast as he can, as straight as he can.
Yeah?
When you finally make it to the docks, the boat seems to have pulled away, and it looks like you could possibly make it. So you just bolt down the harbor past the people who had stood there to wave goodbye to the ship, knocking a couple of them over. You take a flying leap, and just as you do, the magic runs out, and so without the boost of the wind, you just go, you're just running along, and it's like, wait, what? And dunk!
Oh.
Oh.
So all of you who are already on the deck of the ship, you were talking. You were in this interesting talk about the Feywilds and how someone couldn't really talk into detail. you hear and off to one side, you actually saw a glimpse of this cloak going out of view down, and then this splash of water.
Holmina's gonna dive in.
Somebody's having a bad day.
Holmina's gonna dive in immediately.
In her armor?
Yeah. As she
Okay.
starts to dive, I'm gonna activate the flight ability. So I get 60
Got it.
seconds of flight.
So, Richard, you just see this armored dragonborn suddenly sprout energy wings behind them, and they swoop down, grab you like they were a seagull plucking a fish out of the water, pull you up, and do you like lightly leave him, or do you just toss him onto the thing?
Toss him onto the ship.
And then you just flop onto the deck like a fish.
Thank.
Lovely.
She's
catch.
gonna
You
land
don't
with a
have to eat the
thud
bird.
as her wings collapse back in.
Are you okay?
Whoa.
You see
So
this.
is this another one of ours, or is this just scum? Because I can throw it back out.
Don't be mean like that.
Holds up paper saying that I'm supposed to be here.
It's a bit rumpled, it's wet, but fortunately the ink isn't running too badly, so you would be able to see a similar paper to what you all would have received.
So it is one of ours. Good to know.
I must say, you put on quite a good show down there. Watching some of those bystanders front flip into the water was absolutely astonishing.
Did I send them into the water?
There's a
Oh,
couple of them in there, yes. Look off the back of the ship.
oh, fuck.
As you look, you just see some people just screaming angrily after you, fists waving.
They're a little too far for me, unfortunately. They're a little too far for me, unfortunately. They're gonna have to
Oh.
swim to shore. Or drown.
Oh.
It's not that far.
Yeah, they were literally just like knocked off the harbor or pier and then just.
Oh.
Yeah, I know, it's just
shit.
Holmina being cynical.
It was like a work of fiction. It was stunning to watch. What a magnificent show.
Feel kind of bad. The ones that fell.
Yeah. Shit.
At one point in time, I might have felt bad, but then I realized that if they were in my position, they would also be laughing.
And in fact, you do hear some laughter on the docks.
And there it is.
Can we get some towels?
Yeah, that'd be appreciated.
I'm just gonna I'm gonna cast Shape Water and just fling it off them.
Oh, that
That
works
works.
Just Shape Water, the water just gets sucked off your armor and then flung back into the ocean.
too. Thank you.
Better.
Thanks. Much.
Yes.
And then, Richard, you just see this absolute mountain of a woman walk towards you. Due from the size of her hat and the way that other people give her birth, you can tell she's the captain.
Mhm.
Am I gonna be seeing much of this kind of thing from you?
Not preferably, no. My apologies.
Long as it doesn't have any, as long as it doesn't cause any damage to the ship, I don't rightly care.
Fair
Welcome
enough.
aboard.
Thank you.
And then she stands back up, looks around, and just barks at the rest of them. What the hell staring at? Get back to work! Captain! And then, Viral, you notice that every single member of the crew just seems to be female.
Good to know.
From all very different races and walks of life.
Mm-hmm.
I can show you to our quarters now that you're not dripping like a dog.
I'd appreciate that.
I lead the funny wet man to the room.
Funny wet man.
Jimmy
Did
kind
you
of
send me
just
your picture, by the way?
I'm still trying to find it because it's being annoying.
Okay, just send it to me when you find it.
I mean, it's
Yep.
gonna look to Vip and then chuckle.
Ah,
Let Meanwhile, Maya's probably still going, oh my gosh, really?
Yes, 100%. Maya is just just moved to the other side of the ship. Didn't want to pay attention.
Also, I'm not sure what's going on with your mic. You sound really far away.
Yes,
It's
you
the
do.
Yeti mic. You get used to it.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, she goes to the other side of the ship.
Okay.
Just sheer idiocy.
What's with the snake? She's being distant.
At this point, I'm probably already out of earshot with our new ranger compatriot.
Hi.
With the new funny wet man, yes.
New funny wet man.
Like a fish.
Jimmy's probably gonna follow the two of them as well. Personally,
So I'm stuck with the snake and the bird.
yeah.
Don't eat them.
I don't know. One looks like a noodle. The other looks like a snack.
Allow me to correct myself. Don't eat them without me.
All right, let's see if birthday.
Food.
Friends can also be food.
No! That's not how that works!
Yes, it is.
No!
I just shout across the deck as we go down to the room.
What did you shout?
Bird is
I
snack.
shouted, friends very much so can be food across the deck.
Oh.
All right.
I'm glad we can
That's what I'm
agree.
using for the time being.
Mhm.
I like the merchant. The merchant's interesting.
Okay.
Give me 2 seconds to set this up really quick.
Yep.
All right. There isn't much that happens on this first day, so the ship sails at a decent clip, especially since there's a couple of druids who are simultaneously either casting Gust of Wind or was it Control Water? Shape Water. Shape Water, yes. Is there anything you all would like to do while you're on the sheep?
Well, I'm trying to introduce myself to the funny wet man.
Go ahead.
Now that we've gone to the room and are no
Yep.
longer out on the deck.
And Jimmy followed, assumedly.
Yep.
Yeah. So he just kind of opens the door to the room and just kind of points in. The sketch you see on the map is what the room looks like. He just kind of points around like, choose whatever bed isn't taken. I forget which ones are. This is our living quarters until we hit land. I'm Artorius,
Alright.
by the way.
Richard, good to meet you.
Pleasure to make your acquaintance. You certainly made quite the flashy entrance, I must say.
I try to avoid those normally, but when you're
Among
late,
this
what can
crew,
you
it
do?
seems to be a good thing.
Fair enough. Artorius, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm Jimmy, and this here on my shoulder is Sparky.
And on her shoulder, you see a. Where did I put him? You see on the screen a pseudo dragon. And he just kind of like looks up from Jimmy's shoulder, looks you over, sniffs before holding his head up. And just kind of going.
What does Jimmy
In-
hear?
In Jimmy's head, they hear, "It is your pleasure to meet me."
Again?
Yeah, that's his greeting. God damn it. Jimmy could kind of face palm slightly, knowing what the, just hearing that. Is that really your greeting to everybody?
I'm working on it. Do you like it?
And he needs some fine tuning.
Does it now?
They have a way with words.
We just hear the group.
Because I just hear.
Yeah.
Yes.
Out of
Everybody
curiosity,
does.
Out of
Yep.
curiosity, is this in Draconic or something? Or
No.
what is this in?
It's just kind of like growling and grumbling. It doesn't actually
Okay,
speak
so it doesn't
a
actually have
language,
Got it.
but it has an awakened mind, so it's actually communicating with Jimmy mentally.
Got it. Okay. I thought I'd ask.
But yeah. Jimmy kind of just like just pats her hand on top of Sparky's head. Just but but it's nice to meet you.
Likewise, Jimmy. And so Karma, just for my own catch up stuff.
Yes.
What would have been on the notes telling us to come here, basically?
So, to give you a quick recap,
Yeah.
word had only just started coming out like less than a week ago that these shadow creatures have been basically making a mess of things. Quite a few towns have already been taken over. Anyone who gets touched by these things gets drained. And it can tell because their shadows slowly start to fade. If anyone is completely drained, they die and get turned into shadows, and their bodies can even get possessed by these shadows. The way you can tell is they don't have any. So the nighttime has been particularly bright due to magical lights and many lanterns that have been sold. And the Lord of Neverwinter has basically sent out an all call for adventurers and people willing to make coin to help find a solution. They're sending groups of various adventurers to different places. Yours is one of the groups that are being sent to Chult to find a certain mystic that may have a key to dealing with these things.
Mm-hmm. All right.
And, the paperwork itself was basically to identify which group you're a part of and what ship you're taking off on.
Yeah.
The Crimson Tide is one of many ships that have been sent out with their own groups.
All right. Thank you. Cool. Hmm. Well, with the colorful sort of group, it seems.
It's very colorful.
Yeah.
Almost flamboyant.
I feel targeted by that statement.
A statement by an entity that's not there?
Yeah.
They just sneeze.
That was OOC, but fair.
Yeah, like when
still, even still.
Love you guys. Okay. So, the day passes, nothing else really happens. Eventually, supper is served, and the ship's cook actually makes a very decent feast. In traditional halfling terms, everyone basically gets a good large helping if they can actually consume.
Actually, with Jimmy,
Mm-hmm.
she'll probably kind of scoot away from the group with the eating thing, kind of going off to a place where no one is actually looking at her.
Oh, actually, before you continue, I need to do a quick thing. Could you do a perception roll for me, Viral? Richard.
Oh.
Of course.
Okay. So something that you notice as you talk to Jimmy is, oddly enough, their hands look almost like a pale whitish gray.
Mm-hmm.
It's odd because it's not really something that's usually seen in any of the known races that generally frequent Neverwinter. So it's just a little striking because it looks like they're definitely not wearing any kind of gloves, so that's their natural hands.
Mm-hmm. Guess no.
Anyway, you were saying?
But yeah, Jamie will probably go off to the side to a place
Mhm.
that not many people are at, and she will slightly when she's eating, she will lightly lift up her mask just somewhat so she can actually eat. Um, her food.
Mm-hmm. That's fine. In fact, our majority of you basically staying at the. So when they eat, they actually set up tables on the deck, and then people come sit down, eat, and before going and moving about their business. So it's a group affair, but it's also a lot of movement. So are you guys eating at the communal eating grounds, or are you taking your food and fucking off somewhere else? I'm just gonna go down the list. Maya.
7?
Yeah,
7?
sorry, someone was talking to me.
Did you hear anything that I said?
No, because fucking family.
Got it. Okay. So at meal times, they set up communal tables on the deck, and they serve the food there almost buffet style. And then people who are working just take a moment to grab a plate, eat, and then go about their business unless they go back for more. But usually they stay around the food. Do you stay in the communal group, or do you grab food and then fuck off somewhere else?
She'll most likely just stay around, see what people might talk about. Just nothing interesting to her. Then she'll just fuck off.
Okay. So for now, you're sticking around.
Yeah, yeah.
All right. Moving down. Richard.
Well, his parents always taught him that if you're going to be in a group, it's good to get introduced and be polite to people. So he'd stick near the area for the most part, kind of keep an eye on where his party members went, and just But for the most part, it's not proper to interrupt yet. So he'd just keep an eye out but otherwise stick in the main area, mingle and talk, and get introduced to people.
I will note that you occasionally hear people saying the term driftwood around you, and it kind of like doesn't really stick as to what it is, but occasionally you notice them looking at you whenever they say it.
You've got a nickname.
They're sailors. They give nicknames to everyone.
Yeah.
Polina.
She's gonna probably sit with the main group, but off to the side. Probably she's probably gonna be in the main dining area, but not really with the main group. She'll probably just be like off to the side at the corner of a table, something like that. And another peculiar thing you'll notice is that she doesn't seem to eat nearly as much as her body would seem to indicate.
Makes sense.
That's just like something strange and indicative to her.
Understood. Uggs. What's Jimmy doing?
She would probably collect her food and such like that. But she
Right,
wouldn't,
you already told me.
Yeah, she wouldn't try eating around the actual group. She'll probably head back to the bunkers to eat there.
All right. Eating at the bunk room. Considering you don't eat, I'm rather curious. What is Art doing?
Well, I'm pleased that you ask. Despite the fact he cannot eat or drink, he is certainly being merry with the crew, attempting to just kind of get a feel for everyone, Merchants do merchant things, and as such, he's attempting to get a feel for everyone on board the ship, try to make himself be liked at least a little bit, just to make his life a little bit easier.
Oh
He also
my
just
god, you're
thoroughly-
schmoozing.
he just thoroughly enjoys conversation. He's totally schmoozing. He's talking with everyone and anyone that he can possibly talk to. Just having a grand old time.
Okay.
Although, can I do a perception roll to see if I notice Jimmy slip away?
Yes. And after that, I'll need you to do a persuasion roll to see if you actually come off as friendly or annoying.
Well, it was probably a mix of both either way. That is the wrong roll. Sorry.
Yeah, that's a performance?
Yes, sorry. I was trying to roll perception and I
You
can't read.
just using that 20 on that.
I know.
You have a nat one early.
Oh,
Okay,
There's
yeah.
my
all right.
perception.
All right.
Doesn't
All
really
right,
matter,
and
though.
then my persuasion. This is gonna be another nat 1.
No.
Wow. Okay, so you notice several things about the group itself. You do notice Jimmy, like, kind of be a little withdrawn, grab their food, and go back to the room, or at least the direction in which the room was. You notice Holmina take only a little bit of food and go off to one side, still amongst the group, but you also notice Maya just kind of eating, but mostly focused on the people around them, just seeming content to listen at the moment.
Yeah.
And finally, Pip.
So he's sticking with the group.
Okay. So where are you perching as you eat?
Despite his great dislike of just standing like a normal fucking person, he's going to actually choose to do that. He did it. He's just gonna stand for the duration of him eating, and then whenever he is done eating, he will take back to the few inches off the ground.
I'm just imagining him taking a long straw to some soup and go,
Life is pain.
And there goes the bird.
okay. So, Maya, in terms of what you hear, aside from having picked up on the fact that your new friend that joins you is being called Driftwood by the crew, you hear some talk of like having to try to figure out where the mysterious fog bank is going to be that they have to avoid. And some of the rumors around that. A couple of folks are saying that inside there's fish as large as an island that would swallow them up and then spit them out the other end. There's other talk of... It's mostly just trading what seems like one tall tale
Sailor
for
stories,
another.
basically.
Yeah, there's even
would
talk
assume
that
sailor
some
stories.
survivors say that they were turned into fairies.
So kind of like
That they
sailor
have the
stories
wings
that
to
actually
prove it.
happen, though.
Hmm?
So kind of like sailor stories, but they actually happen.
Sailor stories, but you're not sure if they actually happened.
Right. Okay.
Because these are sailor stories.
Yeah. I mean, she would actually just keep listening because sailor stories, they're always fun.
I'm a little curious if anybody wanted to interact with each other, or should we move on?
I would like to.
Okay, whomst would you like to interact?
I'm gonna slink my way down into the bunk room as well.
Oh no!
After I finish schmoozing with the party.
And
After I finish schmoozing with the crew and everyone, and just trying to like do my merchantly charismatic bullshit.
can I roll to notice this? As I mentioned Richard is just glancing around at the party members and all that.
Yes. Give me a perception.
Wow.
Okay.
I got distracted by
No.
someone calling me Driftwood.
Hold on. No. Here's what happens, okay? And I'm going to describe this in the best way I
Why do
can.
you smell bad driftwood?
You notice, Art, like, saying his goodbyes, parting with some of the folks, and just drifting off back to the room. Don't really think anything of it. At first, you think maybe you're going to go stand up and talk before someone literally walks up to you and says, "Hi, Driftwood." You turn to see who's talking to it, and the first thing you notice is, hello.
Oh no!
One of the workers who seems particularly gifted. I'm being as nice as possible because someone is streaming.
Oh no!
Gifted, huh?
Yes, gifted.
Oh boy.
Walk up to talk to you. They're human, as far as you know. And they're just striking up a conversation and doing their best to essentially be noticeable, which is particularly easy because at the moment you're very distracted.
Yep.
Very enticing, shall we say.
After a bit of conversation, they actually have to tell you, "Eyes up here."
Oh,
Oh!
relatable.
Polite. God. All right.
Guys are always staring.
You say that if it's just guys.
Hey.
Mm-hmm.
Hey.
Mhm.
People, but whatever.
But yes, I successfully slink away, yes?
Yes.
Alright, so, to take a page out of a very popular visual novel, I slowly open the door.
Jamie would have her back at the door, and she actually, can you do a perception check?
Perception?
Yeah.
Perception. I will call for a perception, yes. All right. And
You-
I will actually go ahead.
No, go.
Ashley.
No, go. You shoot first.
You actually give me a fight that with your stealth
Oh.
to show how much you're trying to hide yourself.
Okay, give me a sec. So, stealth?
Stealth.
Oh yeah, she's failing.
Okay, Jimmy, you could have sworn you had your back to the door, but you did get up and shift around a bit in order to deal with Sparky. So at the moment, you're kind of sitting with your side to the door.
Oh.
And the main reason why this happens is because the chest in the middle of the room had a tendency to shift around, and you were just kind of using that as your, oh, okay, I guess I'm sitting this way.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh.
So wait, are they sat on top of my chest?
No, I'm
more-
sitting in the hammock
Yeah.
Okay.
because there's a hammock in the middle of the room.
That is true. Okay. I was just gonna say, if you're sat on the chest, you are more than welcome to do that. I'm going to make a joke about it.
No, but sorry, I didn't realize you were on the hammock. So, Sparky has just been kind of shifting around, and you've been dealing with him, feeding him as well as yourself, and just talking at him.
Yeah. Actually, she does have her mask off.
Okay.
I actually want to just DM the picture on what he sees. Truthfully.
Go ahead.
Ooh, go for it.
So let me get a good image. So, do. Give me a sec. Gotta find.
All right. So while you're doing this, I'm gonna go to the others. You DM them, and then when I get back to you, I'll ask if you've shown the picture, and then we'll move on from there. So, Maya.
Yes.
You see what's going on with Driftwood.
Of them making fun of him?
Essentially. So, you know for actually give me a perception check really quick to show how much you've been listening into the others.
Fucking.
Okay, so you know from the talk that's been going around that some of the crew were going to play a quick prank on Driftwood by sending the lovely woman who's talking with him to tease him. So you knew this was going to happen, and now it is. Is there anything you'd like to do, or are you just sitting back watching the fireworks?
You know what? I gotta do something. I don't like picking. No, what? Fuck it. She is going to slither over.
Okay.
Fuck. I had something in my mind, and now it's just fucking gone. Fuck.
Too busy staring at the booba.
I imagine they pulled the line, eyes are up here, and he wasn't even staring, he was just looking at them and just, wait a minute.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
She is going to place a hand on their the fuck Richard's shoulder and just whisper into their ear, just, they're trying to trick you. Just fuck. Yeah.
Also, let me give you a quick picture of what art looks like, because you might not have been here to see it. As soon as I get it to a good... It's about there.
Mm-hmm.
So, this is art.
Good to know.
Yes, I'm a very interesting fellow. I look almost like a Warforged, but not quite. Parts of him are just kind of suspended there. You can tell they're attached, but they look like they're floating in a way.
For some reason, it reminds me of a Protoss.
And he glows in certain spots, like between the cracks in what you can assume to be his comparative flesh, and it glows the same color as his eyes.
This
It's
is probably the
brilliant
most
blue.
This is probably the most interesting group that Richard has seen in a long time, I can imagine.
Mm-hmm. So, Richard, you have a hand on your shoulder. The snake woman, Maya, is talking to you for the first time. Hey, you're being tricked.
They're pretty much just being asses.
Mm-hmm.
Now, why'd you have to go and tell him something like that?
Because I'm more of a listener. When I want to listen, I want to make sure that jackasses like yourself that actually don't try to pull some bullshit.
I wish I was out there. I wish I was out there. I have a line and everything.
It happens. So, Richard.
Yep.
Your reaction.
Yeah, he just... When Maya had placed their hand on his shoulder, he nodded slowly. His eyes sort of darted around to you at first, and then went back to the front where he was looking at his food. And he nodded slowly. I figured. Thanks for the warning.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Don't
a
let your little bullshit talk get to you. He just kind of slithers back away.
It's all in good fun. Come on, have a drink on us. Someone puts down a tankard of rather strong alcohol that you can smell, at least.
Mm-hmm. I need to check something real quick.
Go ahead.
Oh my god.
What?
I think that would have been a good line.
Damn.
Don't emphasize what you were selling. Does there seem to be anything off with it? I feel like
No.
that was the ruse, and this is the real prank.
As far as you know, it's just a strong alcohol, and the same tankards are going around to others.
Okay. He'll try just a sip, and he'll keep an eye on the person he's speaking to just make sure, watch the reactions, you know?
Okay, you take a sip, and it's strong, but there's nothing off about it.
Okay.
They see you taking a sip and go, "Come on, take a real drink. To Driftwood and his friends for a safe journey." And then several people just take their own tankards and just start guzzling it down.
Why is he the leader?
Driftwood, eh?
He got here
Is gonna
last.
take a sip of her drink. Just a sip.
Please don't.
I
Okay.
think it's appropriate, considering I caught it. I caught the driftwood from the ocean. You were about as stiff as a board when I grabbed you.
One of the sailors just gives Holmina a good thump on the shoulder. "Good catch out there, Fisher."
She's gonna blink as she's slapped on the back, the chainmail clanking against itself. She's gonna drink again.
And it's basically just a loud and very exuberant time as alcohol and food just goes through the entire crew. The only one who doesn't seem to be partaking too heavily is the captain.
I can
Are
guess
we-
why.
Are we going back to Jimmy and...
Yep. And now back to Jimmy and Art.
I did send them pictures.
All right,
Okay.
I've seen what I am supposed to see. So as the
Okay.
door slowly opens, Art enters the room, not trying to be quiet, but trying to be respectful because he feels as though something's off. That this very loud person that he's been speaking with has just slunk away. It seems a little bit out of character from what he understands. So he's coming to make sure that Jimmy's all right. So he pokes his head in the door and just goes, "Everything all right in here?" As he sees, as he sees
Jimmy in all their glory.
You would see her in response to probably instantly kind of put up her mask, and you would see her hair actually change to black. And her skin tone would actually go to like a human tan type of thing. Actually, hold on, let me roll a dice on okay. And you would actually see her when she lowers the mask slightly, you would see one of her eyes being blue while the other one being green.
My, and here I thought you were some hideous monster underneath that mask. You have very beautiful eyes. Something seemed off, so I came to make sure you were doing all right. I hope I didn't catch you in the middle of something.
No. I was just eating with Sparky. And
Hello again,
such.
Sparky.
Sparky looks over, having not noticed you, blinks, looks at Jimmy before sitting up and then wrapping its wings around its body as if trying to conserve its modesty.
It's modesty.
How much did you... How long?
Huh? I only just got here. I didn't really see much other than you panicking and throwing your mask up in the air.
You just hear a long string of offended.
Sparky, shut it.
In Jimmy's head, it's like, Pirate, they just saw me in all my naked glory. How dare they enter without knocking?
Oh my god.
My modesty is forever in shambles.
They're tainted by the
She
vicious
kind of
eyes.
just readjusts the mask on before, like, her hair goes back to, like, the white coloration. And her skin, you would see her hands' color tone go back to what they were before. It goes, I did not expect that to be. Yeah.
I mean, hey, at least I'm not the only one on this ship with strange eyes. It's actually kind of reassuring in a way.
How much did you see on the strange eyes? That's my question.
A fair amount. I'm not sure exactly how to put it into scale. I can't exactly weigh how much I saw.
How?
I mean, I
You
saw
say
your
that
face, I'll be honest.
the actual face?
A little bit, yeah?
Yeah, no. Don't.
So Sparky will dive into Jimmy's backpack and suddenly come out with like what looks like a stuffed animal before flinging it right at Art's face.
Sparky, no!
As it bounces off Art's face, he just kind of does that little toot as it fucking flicks his head back over dramatically.
I'm sorry.
He brings a hand up to his forehead and just, oh, woe is me, I have been struck down by the might of the vicious teddy bear.
I am sorry. I don't really like the show. I don't like to change all too often, and I don't like to show my eyes. So, that's why the mask and such.
I respect that decision. I mean, unique individuals such as ourselves tend to be looked upon poorly. Although
yeah.
you will gain no judgment or criticism from I. Am I really one in a position able to speak of being odd-looking? I guarantee not a person on this ship has seen one like me.
Jimmy just looks at fucking Sparky. You can tell her body language is just like, you shut up.
I'm agreeing with him. He's absolutely terrible to look at. Nothing like us.
Jimmy, you can just see Jimmy put her hand over and just like holds Sparky's mouth shut.
I think he's saying something offensive, but at the same time, I've heard much worse.
But yeah, prefer not to tell the others.
Absolutely, this will stay just between us.
Thank you. I was not expecting to get.
I just wanted to make sure you were all right. I didn't expect to catch you off guard.
It's just the factor of my mom told me that, like, normally when people find out, like, if folks find out on like what I am, they're normally kind of become more distrustful.
Well, what are you, if you don't mind my asking?
I'm a changeling.
Oh, I see. I don't see why that would be a bad thing. I mean, I'm an Aetherborn, so we don't really
It's more the factor of we can change that frightens people.
That sounds rather foolish. Everyone can change.
Yeah, but you can't. But I can look like someone. Well, I almost can. I have a slight problem with my eyes.
In a more literal sense.
Jimmy, let's go. But yeah, no. It's more in the sense of I always get heterochromia with my eyes.
Ah, I see.
So I can't.
Yet another rarity about you.
Sorry. I'm just not used to the fact someone caught me while eating. I'm guessing that at this point we're probably gonna hear all the yelling and partying upstairs.
Yes, with the door open, it's very easy to hear. Upon
I
hearing
would've
it,
closed the door over at the very least when I stepped in. I probably should clarify that. It's not open
Okay.
open.
Okay, but we can still probably hear muffles of it.
oh yeah, especially since like the porthole is just right there and it's open.
They're certainly having a party upstairs.
Yes. You hiding away seemed a bit out of character, but yes, the party is lovely. I do recommend
I
once you're
don't
done eating,
normally
you come
like
and
to
join.
hide. I don't normally like to hide away. I really don't. It's just it feels like I need to, sort of situation.
Well, I mean, at the
Sparky
very
just
least-
flies over to his teddy bear, sticks his tongue out at both of you before flying out the porthole and up to the party.
You did,
At the very
Sparky.
least, at the very least, you do not have to hide it from me. I understand what it is like to be shamed for being different.
Thank you. Jimmy Ash hops down, grabs her plate and stuff like that. I actually did finish. I also need to catch Sparky. I can feel like he's about to do something really stupid.
I mean, I would offer to help, but there's nothing here that I can really use to help on the ship, at least.
At
don't
least
think they take too
you can
kindly to
fall.
me building a house.
No, you're fine. I can handle it. You're just probably gonna get a good show out of it, of me yelling at a small dragon.
A good show, do you say?
His
His eyes light up again, the same way as they did earlier.
Sparky can be a handful at times.
Can't we all?
So, speaking of interesting interactions, Pip,
Yeah.
is there anything you would have liked to do during this after you've eaten? And they're doing like their cheers with the alcohol and all that.
He's just watching. It's honestly just he finds it almost fascinating, really.
Someone
know,
tries to
he-
hold up the one of the tankards of ale towards you.
He's just kind of squinting at it, like, okay. He takes it. He'll partake in the alcohol. What?
Okay.
Yeah.
So, I actually need to ask of those of you who are on the deck and partaking in the alcohol to make a Constitution saving throw.
Are they going to carouse? Are they
Uh,
carousing?
Fucking constitution of
Hell
eight,
yeah.
Of
Fuck
note,
Hell yeah!
This mighty bird is not okay.
Hell
Bird's getting
yeah!
eaten tonight.
2 party members.
No,
Oh,
like,
wait, no.
like,
Maya
oh.
cannot be drunk. I have to remind myself.
oh.
So Maya, you're fine.
Oh shit. Oh okay.
Because
Oh,
being
yeah,
drunk
you're
is
poisoned.
technically like poisoned.
It is
Yeah.
poison on paper.
Ah, interesting. Noted.
So, Bip and Richard, both of you, like, you take the full drink, even if, like, initially you were taking little sips, you eventually finish it,
yeah.
and it hits you hard.
Oh boy.
It's not that someone slipped anything into it, it's
It's just
just that
heavy.
strong. So first you see Bip like drink it. They seem fine before something. They just and then every time they hiccup, they're just like zoomed slightly to the left and then zoom slightly to the right in a various direction, and then I want you to tell me, Bip, what kind of drunk are you?
We have here a very giggly drunk.
Oh no. Ah.
We have on our hands a very giggly drunk.
So you are hovering and you are giggling and you are hiccuping and shifting very slightly, and this is the funniest thing in the world to you.
Laugh like Krusty the Clown, goddamn.
M- Anyway, Richard, what kind of drunk are you? Because you're not passed out. You're
Yeah.
just inebriated.
No, yeah. He's probably kind of a sad drunk. And I can absolutely imagine that just the moment it starts hitting, he just sets the tankard to the side, pushes his plate a bit forward, rests his elbow on the table, and then just lets his forehead rest on his arm.
Is he going to regale those who's willing to listen or just talk out about the things that makes him sad, or he's just like curled up and quiet?
He's just muttering to himself some.
So we got a mutterer.
Give me a second.
Bip, what happened with Bip?
They are giggly drunk.
Okay, they're just giggly
Like
drunk.
every time they hiccup, they shift like a little to the left, little to the right, and the constant change that's kind of against their will is the funniest thing in the world to them. Oh.
Would everybody be able to see this?
Oh, everybody who's up on the top, yes.
Okay, I'm gonna wait a second.
So,
when are
Yeah.
me and
in just a moment.
okay.
Right.
So, Richard, as you just kind of like curl up and just start muttering about your woes and why things are just kind of hitting you hard, the one who was actually talking to you initially was still kind of right next to you, and they hear what you're saying.
Oh no! Oh no!
But they don't make fun of you for it. It just starts making them feel bad about trying to prank you. So they sit next to you, kind of pull you into a hug, and just start patting your head. It's like, it'll be all right. There. They're just comforting you.
That's the most startling thing to him, I think.
While this is happening, Holmina's gonna thump her mug against the table and say, okay. And then she's gonna go up to where Bip is floating back and forth and just snap a finger towards Bip. Are you drunk? You look drunk. That's a yes. Holmina's gonna think for a moment.
By the way, Holmina and Maya, give me a perception check.
Oh no.
Oh, sweet Jesus. Oh, sweet
That one!
Oh, sweet
Okay, so Holmina, you're too focused on the bird. Maya, you hear a clatter nearby. You take a look, and one of the previously full mugs is now full of Sparky.
Oh my god!
He's inside of it. It's mostly drained, and right next to it is his teddy bear that he had brought along with him.
Oh my
I feel
god!
like I should actually go over, pick him up, and bring him back over. I don't know what.
Is this the point where basically Jimmy and Art
Where
come down?
Jimmy and Art finally come up. They see the buzzing and buzzed, I should say, Bip just like being like focused on by Holmina as they try to like get them to focus more on them than anything else. Though occasionally they do hiccup, and Holmina has to like adjust herself because they just shifted.
Yeah, she'll just growl as they like zip back and forth, back and forth, back.
Yeah, you know what? Fuck it. I'm just gonna say that Maya just goes over to them, doesn't care if they bite them or not, picks up, brings them back over if she sees them coming back up right.
Okay. You also see Richard actually like laying against one of the crew members and is being comforted, like they're running their hand through their head, carefully avoiding the crown of thorns because they accidentally touched it the first time.
It's not an actual crown of thorns, it's just a mark of it on his forehead.
Oh, okay. Who's molding earth?
Yeah,
I was looking at this. I was looking at the spell.
Okay. What's one? That's and then You also notice Maya holding a what's the best word?
Intoxicated.
Yes, intoxicated Sparky and their teddy bear. And they actually sound like they're singing.
Jimmy kind of.
I said I was going to say the line. I'm going to say it. She is going to slither over,
Mm-hmm.
put it back into Jimmy's hand, and just keep your sewer rat under control.
Jimmy
Okay.
just
Well,
like.
Mina is audibly growling up top, by the way. And she's just gonna say, "Follow, bird. Follow. We're getting you somewhere else where you're not gonna fly overboard."
Well, this is certainly interesting.
Are you
Very
holding
much
on to
so.
them, or are you just expecting them to follow?
I'm not grabbing them yet. Like that'll
Yeah.
just depend.
So can Artorias see the two, like the bird and
Yes.
yeah. Art's gonna chuckle a little bit to himself and walk up to them and just say, "Need a hand?"
Possibly. It'll depend. She's gonna look back to Bip.
He's just bobbing. He's just bobbing back and forth. I cannot even tell you for certain if he fully registered your words.
Yeah.
Is he following at all as
You
like I
said
take
that
steps
they're,
away?
you said
Give
that they're a
me-
hummingbird, yeah?
Give me an intelligence saving throw to see if you actually have the state of mind to understand what the fuck is being talked to you. You do.
Yep.
Okay,
Surprisingly.
cool. So somehow he can comprehend words. Yeah, then he'll follow, or at least do his best to.
So Bip just kind of like nods and bobs and just follows after, occasionally shifting a bit with each hiccup, but still following after.
As she passes by, is it Cotton?
That would be I. Yes, I am Artorias.
Okay,
Bart.
I want to double check, like Artorias. As she walks by Artorias, she's gonna say, "I'm going to remove Bip from the party. For now, it seems they're a little unaware,
Hold on, I have an idea.
more than usual."
I have an idea. He says, "You can feel the grin despite the fact he has no mouth."
What are you planning?
So he just looks up to Bip, and they're a hummingbird, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. There's sugar water in the bunk room.
Oh no! Oh no!
Why did you
Okay.
say that?
Oh no!
All right, hold on.
Sugar water in the bunk room.
Hold on. Hold on.
So God.
Bip, give me an insight at disadvantage. I'm not going
should I
to-
be doing persuasion since it's a lie?
No,
No. Okay.
That would be deception.
Yeah, it would be deception. My bad.
it would be deception. All right. So give me your deception roll, Cotton.
All right.
Yeah. Okay. So Bip, you hear this, and immediately it takes a while for it to register in your brain before it's like sugar water, and then zoom. You go from 0 to 50 straight through the door. Only you don't have brakes. So
Mina's
you just hear
playing-
this crash.
I'm going to check on that.
That's
She's gonna
probably-
slowly walk through the doorway, clinking of armor. And then she's gonna turn around to Artorias and say, just give a little bit of a bow as she makes her way through.
Why? Just
That's like literally all she can say. She's just like, okay, this is fucking retarded.
So in the room, because Bip was able to like turn in midair into the room, Bip flew right into Jimmy's cot, got tangled up in it, and then got untangled and fell right to the floor.
Okay.
So my chest is just kind of nuzzling into them, making sure they're okay.
Well, so as they fell, the chest popped open to try to catch them and was off by a couple of inches.
Oh,
Is Bip okay?
Bip is fine.
Helmina's gonna follow in afterward, by the way. Is Bip like injured or looks injured after all that?
They look disheveled, but they didn't break anything.
Probably lost a feather at most.
Okay, I was asking more so if there was any hit point injury.
No hit put injury. Nothing seems bent or broken.
Okay. Helmina's gonna look Bip up and down and say, "It appears you are a little under the weather. I'll help real quick." And I'm gonna lay on hands, take off 5 of the lay on hands points that should remove a poison.
Okay. So
Now it doesn't feel like holy light. It feels like a darker power is being used to remove that disease from your body.
So instead of the normal warmth you would associate from healing, it feels cold, but not completely. And it's almost like someone threw ice water on you almost. Because suddenly you have clarity and a motherfucking headache.
Okay. Ow. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yep. Fine. Definitely fine.
You sure? You appear like you could still use some rest after that little venture into the bunk.
Bip thinks a nap would be probably nice.
She's gonna roll her eyes before looking to the chest. Is it still open?
It's closed now.
Okay, so she's just gonna be like, is it gonna be near where Bip landed?
Yes.
Did you hit your head on that thing?
The chest like starts shaking itself left and right, like nope. And it starts slowly like
That's
skittering
insinuation.
backwards.
I can feel the begging of please no, please God no.
Such cowardice from a chest. Such a strange little thing. She's gonna flick her head to the left to right as if she's like analyzing it in her head. You can see like the calculations in her head of how many times would it take her to hitting it to break it.
The chest like withdraws its arms and just seems to like lock itself shut. You actually hear a click.
Good. As for you, Bip, likely best to rest. We'll check in on you later and we'll get that sugar water that our friend may have just lied about to get you over here. She's gonna make her way to the door. We'll see what we can't do to accommodate that, though.
There's honest disappointment. It's like, oh. Okay.
Good night. She's gonna shut the door behind her as she goes back up to the party.
Climbing up into his hammock and he's moping. He's gonna mope over lack of sugar water.
Listen,
sugar water, but
I just have to say
you're on board.
Good.
That doesn't mean that it can't happen. We can still make it.
Yeah.
Just sugar and water.
So,
I don't have any sugar.
so
Find it.
I just want to say that was honestly the sweetest thing I ever thought I'd see from that character.
Surprisingly, like a heart of gold underneath, just very disheveled.
It's like a stern auntie.
Kind of rude, a little bit brutal, but like nice underneath.
Yes.
I like this group.
I do too. This is a good group.
Okay. So, did anybody else want to do anything?
Well, now that I've investigated the one very drunk person, I want to go see what's up with Sparky.
Sparky's in my hands currently, and he's
I
drunk.
wanna see this drunk ass little
Sparky was like offended when he heard sewer rat, and then it's like, wait, why am I angry again? I can't
Oh
remember.
my god.
He's like probably hugging tightly on the teddy bear.
Yeah, he's hugging the teddy bear tightly, nuzzling it as he's like singing. And Jimmy could just hear like, Teddy, you're the only one that understands me. It's my burden to be.
Oh my god.
I've got a video to send to you later.
Jimmy, even though you can't see her face, you could just tell with like her body expression, just like, God fucking damn it. Like, sometimes I'm sad that no one else can hear you. Sparky's fine though. He's totally wasted. He's just out of it. She adjusted her. She says as she's adjusting her arms a bit, holding Sparky and.
All right then.
Yeah, that's all on my end.
I'm just witnessing this scene, just like puppy dog eyes at the cute little dragon thing, and just hugging its bear.
The funny thing is, he's probably wrapped around it like a snake.
Yes. Yes, he is.
Still fucking
Wings, tail, all of it's wrapped around the and neck as
yeah, because Sparky's very snake-like for what he is.
Speaking of snakes, you doing anything, Maya?
Nah, she just gave him the snake, told him to keep the fucking sewer rat out of control, and went back over.
Understood.
And just kept on listening.
And how about you, Richard?
Richard has been sitting there for a while and is like, I don't even know if he's still muttering. He's just like talking. Maybe he just started like talking into like, you know, because I imagine they're still hugging him, right? Basically.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's just kind of been sitting there. He seemed genuinely surprised to get that. But yeah, he's just been sitting there, and like that probably caused him to mutter a bit more.
Does Jimmy notice this happening as she's looking around?
Trying to think. Give me perception to see if you actually do.
Perception? Okay, give me a sec. There we go.
Only because like folks are being particularly. You notice it.
Yeah.
Huh.
It's easy to tell he, is drunk and is kind of just sitting there.
Jimmy kind of couldn't help but walk over and go, "Is he okay?"
He just had a bit too much to drink. He'll be fine. He'll be fine.
Okay.
By the way, just send me in DMs what he would have been mumbling about, since she would have heard it.
Yep.
But yeah, aside from that, unless there's any other interactions, I think it's safe to move things on to travel.
Yes.
So, ocean travel, unlike land travel, has fewer hazards in terms of like suddenly being jumped by bandits and monsters. Those sea monsters are a thing. You do, however, have to worry about weather. And instead of me dictating, yes, this is definitely the weather, I have a lovely table.
Oh boy.
Oh no.
So, I'm going to do that one thing that all players should learn to fear. Roll a die.
Oh no.
Yep. All right. Side note,
I'm going to die.
Karma, I messaged it to you.
Uh-oh.
So should I just message that to Ogi as well?
Actually, yes.
Oh, okay. First episode, and actually not even first episode, session 0, and we're learning shit about each other.
Yeah, imagine that.
Saw your face. You're learning about their marital problems. I'm guessing.
If only it was that easy.
He's only like 20.
This is D&D. People only live to 30. Let's be real.
Fair point.
Yeah, you wish your character would live to 30.
I mean, technically, I've lived a lot longer than that, but
Okay.
hey, technicalities go burr.
I am so sorry.
Yeah. Oh no! Is it a hurricane? Did we get a hurricane?
What did we get? What the
You got
fuck
a
did
nat
we...
1.
Oh fuck! It's a
What's a nat 1?
For weather? Bad.
Yes. What's...
Is it a kraken?
Oh.
Okay, so the night passes without incident, but weather on the seas is very finicky. What started in the very early morning as clear skies, which a few folks who had heavy hangovers could attest because it was right into their eyelids and thus caused a lot of pain.
I could see Sparky being underneath Jimmy's cloak during the whole entire time.
By the way, Viral, give, and
Yep.
Bip. Oh, Bip, you don't have to because someone actually like the drunkenness out of you, so you're fine. Viral, give me a quick Constitution saving throw to see how hungover you are. You're not.
Cool.
You take alcohol like a champ.
You rolled a 2.
No.
Oh no, that's the addition of 2. Sorry,
Yeah.
I got that backwards. Hold on, I still don't know how to read this system very well.
You're fine.
Would have been funny if they rolled a 2 and got a 15. my
Well,
God.
to be fair, for their original Constitution save, they rolled a 3.
Yeah.
So +2, that was the 5. But all of a sudden, it starts getting darker. Clouds start to billow. And for the most part, all of you have been brought back to rooms, though Viral wakes up in a room not his.
Oh. Did Viral carouse?
No. He was basically snuggled the entire night.
Aw.
Basically carouse, because it's the act of getting drunk and waking up in someone else's bed.
So I woke up in the crewmate that was hugging me, basically.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh,
Like, you can tell nothing actually happened because clothes are
Yeah.
still on.
Yeah.
But still, it's a very odd sensation
Yeah.
of just like not of waking up in a bed you don't remember climbing into. But Maya, you would have been one of the first to notice that. One moment.
you.
Hi, this call's being recorded. How can I help you today? By not responding, you attest I cannot help you. Don't call me again. I hate when I get random calls like that.
It's
In any
so
case.
funny, though. It's so funny though.
All right, though, Oogie, you have
Oh.
received what you heard.
Oh.
Yeah.
Depression.
Yeah.
It's funny how the people that need to hear these messages hear them.
Oh
And then-
yeah.
So, Maya, you would have been one of the first to notice, as well as Holmina and Art, because you don't sleep.
Yes.
How the clouds start gathering, and suddenly the captain starts calling out for folks who from the night shift to basically rouse the others.
Oh boy. I'm gonna go up deck since I have some experience with sailing to offer assistance.
Mm.
Maya's also going to go on up, mainly to make sure that nobody at least falls down, and they just to keep them in check. You know what I'm trying to say, like help ish. Try to help. Once the whole entire thing happens. Yes.
You notice that they actually start unfurling the sails, closing them up tight, and then a couple of the druids that are on call are actually using shape water or control water. Is it control water or shape water?
Shape water.
They're basically
Shape
the
water.
same.
To adjust the path of the ship to try to avoid the storm.
I'll help contribute to that. I'll
As
follow the
you-
same direction.
Yeah, so as you mentioned that you can also do it, one of the druids just starts walking you through how they do it and just telling you to focus on one specific direction. They have you have the water go right where basically flow past the ship to force it to go where they want it to go.
Okay.
Basically cutting speed.
Yeah, she's gonna help with that, just one after another.
I just go to the captain and offer assistance with any of the normal ship systems. Explain my proficiency with water vehicles.
Free handle help. And then she just points you to where towards the rigging where folks are trying to keep things tied down so they don't fall overboard.
All right, I go and start tying things down. Beautiful sailor's knots and all that. They're works of art in and of themselves.
Maya, what do you do? You're just playing watch. I almost said Baywatch. Lifeguard.
Well, to make sure that people, if things do kick up, that people just don't go overboard and whatsoever. Yeah.
All right.
What else to do? It was just something.
No, that's fair. That's fair. Jimmy, Bip, and Richard, you would have all been awoken by a sudden jarring movement of the ship.
Whoa!
And for those of you up above, the reason for that is because suddenly a heavy wind just starts blowing down upon you, combined with rain. The edges of the storm have reached you, despite all that they're trying to do, and it's moving fast.
Jimmy would probably get out of her hammock and get it on the floor, sit down on the floor, because being in a hammock is not fucking gonna be safe.
Technically, being on the hammock would be safer, but
I was
still.
about to say.
It's
Yeah.
not because it'll
That's
always
why
It'll roll with It'll roll with it.
Okay,
It
never mind then.
neutralizes the sway.
Never
No,
mind then.
it'll always
She's
That's
She's-
what. That's
She's-
literally why they're hammocks instead of just bunks.
okay.
or
Never
full
mind.
beds.
Yeah, never mind. She's gonna stay on the hammock, but she's gonna just grip tight on the sides and make sure that Sparky is good with her, because I don't know if Sparky's safe from after being fucking drunk for last night.
Sparky even attacked after how much he drank.
The only thing he attacked is his teddy bear,
Fair.
and the attack was a snuggle. Bip, you're getting woken up too.
I swapped to my phone, by the way.
He did. He does not like the how he woke up and. Think for a moment. Yeah. Okay. He's gonna actually get out and take a look up top to see what's happening. If this is a
Give me
wise-
dexterity saving throw.
Yep, I was like, if this is a wise choice, I'm well aware that it is not.
Okay.
I
You fling open the door and just get pelted by a strong wind. But you're holding on to it tight enough that you don't get immediately flung away.
Whoa. Okay.
Oh, wind! Big wind! Oh god!
Heavy wind.
Very, very, very.
And then with the opening of the door and the heavy wind, it brings with it all of the shouting and from the captain of battening down hatches and the like.
Jimmy's not sure what to do at the moment, so she's gonna just stay put.
Mm-hmm.
She doesn't
Richard.
have.
Also very unsure due to the fact of he's scared that if he tries and gets up there, you'll just see this little bird just get whoosh, off he goes. You'll never see him again.
Let's just bunker down in here.
Yeah, I got an idea. Hey, we're gonna close this door now. At least try.
Richard, your new friend, he feels all of this, and you were actually woken up by them about the ship and moving, suddenly jarring, and them like bolting up and letting out a few choice curses. They give you a they give you a hug and then another hug before running out to help out.
Yeah, and Richard is going to follow. He's not the best with sailing stuff, but he's good at knots.
Okay.
So he's going to start helping tie things down.
Okay. And as you all work through it, since none of you are actually really used to being out at sea, aside from Cotton, I will require a Constitution saving throw to see if you hold your lunches.
Fair enough.
Because the ship is rocking and rolling like nobody's business.
That's better.
Nope,
Coping.
Jimmy's losing
Wow,
it.
my con is shit right now.
I am coping.
Jimmy's also
Does that
losing her
mean
lunch.
I didn't eat that much.
Okay, I had to step away from.
You know what?
I missed.
Actually,
You get advantage.
Okay.
when
I thought it was-
how early in
Wait,
the
I'll
day
see it
was it, and how was the last meal in the sense of things and of the guys? Because
For Jimmy and Bip, since you're on your on the hammocks and not out on the deck, I'm giving you advantage, so you're fine.
Yeah.
okay, cool. I'm guessing that second number is the advantage side.
You're basically always rolling
Higher
two
number.
d20s,
Okay.
so you go for the higher number.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So Jimmy's okay.
Wait, do I have
cool.
to do a const?
You do not because you don't eat.
Oh, sick.
You're also used to this anyway,
I
so.
was just away because I had to go grab my dinner out of character. So
I am in
Only-
the same boat. That's why I'm having to pull it up.
Wait, do you not eat? I know you don't sleep.
No, she eats at the moment.
Okay, so you would have advantage because you didn't do that much.
Yeah, I know. I'm just trying to pull up the character sheet because, unfortunately, I have to go and get something to eat because I haven't eaten.
Okay, so after you make this roll, I'll tell you what happens, and then we'll.
Okay.
I don't know if you
What?
guys want to do a break or if you want. You got a 17, nice.
Right.
If you want to do a break or if you want to call it here for tonight.
I just want to keep going, honestly.
I
Okay.
I have no problem with keeping
I'm
going.
enjoying it.
me too.
Okay.
I can honestly, I
Then-
can multitask. It'll just be a little slower for now.
So here's what happens, right? The ship keeps on rocking. The only person who's affected is Viral at the moment,
Yeah.
but you are mostly used to forests and solid ground. This is neither of those things.
Yeah.
So, as you're holding on to these strong knots that you tied, you're kind of feeling very green around the gills.
Try and
And-
hold on to them and lean over the edge of the ship.
Yeah.
Actually, that does make me have a question.
Huh.
My character's a pearl dragonborn.
Yes.
Pearls are underwater.
But you're
Wouldn't
not
that-
underwater.
Okay, so it's just underwater. All right, I thought I'd ask to
Mhm.
see if that had any effect.
I
'Cause-
have also.
Go ahead.
Also, I'm assuming since Maya's making sure that people are fine, can Maya walk slither over them to help them if they fucking rope and keep them in check so they don't fucking.
You can hold on to them and help them out, but for the most part, they're just feeling queasy.
Yeah.
But the entire ship shakes as another buffet of wind hits it. Everyone is getting soaked down to their bones and chilled. And it feels almost like some of the waves are forcing the ship to fly up and stay in the air for a moment before it comes down, hitting the water hard. Despite the fact that the druids are doing their best to control the water and keep the waves at a minimum, but they can only control so much. And as this goes on, suddenly someone cries out from the crow's nest as where the ship is literally pointed at, and there's a wide fog bank, unaffected by the wind. This odd, discomforting cotton candy pink.
I've got a dumb
doesn't-
question.
Yes.
How deep is the water?
How deep is the? I mean, you're out in the open sea, pretty deep.
Okay, I was gonna ask if I could potentially use mold earth to try and make some walls to make the waves a bit more manageable. At
It
least for
would
a little bit.
require you to actually see the earth you're manipulating.
Got it. Okay.
Yep.
Continue, Karma?
And she turns to the druids and calls out for them to to push the ship out of the way. But Holmina, you would know that they've been trying. That even with your help, the waves are just too much, and it seems that it's even pulling the ship towards it. As the ship gets closer to this pink fog bank, the captain screams for everyone to hold on. And suddenly, you no longer feel the ship moving. There's no wind. There's no rocking. You can still see everyone. It's just everything is a sudden tinge of pink. And then suddenly it's like there's a sense of weightlessness. And it feels like everyone and everything is falling.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
But before anyone can properly react, there's a sudden jolt as wood cracks and breaks. The entire ship shivers, and then nothing.
God damn it, not again.
When the pink fog slowly lifts, you find yourself suddenly picking up what sounds like carnival music.
Oh.
Oh,
And you see yourselves right there. The ship crashed as if it fell from a height, not a great height, because everyone's all right. And a bunch of people just kind of like looking oddly at this spectacle. Suddenly,
Oh.
a couple of people come running out of the carnival. One very tall and lanky and dressed in, best way I can describe it, like a jester, a clown. And let me see if I can pull it up. Where are you? Where are you? You were here! I had you!
I ate it.
How dare.
Man, this clown looking kind of old.
I'm gonna smack. Ah, here we go.
Oh.
So, do you guys see it?
Where is it?
Show the players. Here we go. Show to everyone. There we go. Can you
Oh.
see it? Is it out? There we go.
Oh my god.
Both of them have elven features, but one of them is tall, lanky, and dressed as a jester. Very heavy on the makeup, but it's not garish to the point it's hideous. It's very tastefully done. Just tasteful in the way that it would be for a clown. The other one is short, bald, stout, and looks very put upon to catch up with his friend. And they both look at you, and the shorter one pulls out what looks to be a pocket watch, and he opens it. Odd. That's not who was supposed to be coming at this time. What's going on here? Well, I'm not exactly too sure, Mr. Witch. It seems that we have ourselves some odd visitors. Odd, very odd indeed, very odd indeed. Is everyone all right over there? Oh yes, is everyone all right?
I'm assuming we're still on the ship. We didn't.
You're
get
still
off,
on the
right?
ship. You can hear them. They're calling out to you because they had come right next to the ship, and
Jimmy.
as if suddenly their talking and calling out to them breaks a spell. The captain calls out to everyone. Check the status of the ship. I want to make sure everyone is here.
Yeah.
Jimmy's probably gonna run out on the out of the bunkers and on the deck to see what's happening now.
Am I like towards the edge of the ship that they're stood by?
Yes.
Artorias is just going to shout down, "Ho down there!"
How there?
Oh no.
Mike is gonna-
Oh god.
His
They will
mercantile nature kicks in, and he immediately is just thinking of how to introduce this in a way that will have good relations between groups.
Jimmy,
Yeah.
I want you to roll an intelligence saving throw.
Oh.
A savings throw.
Yes, an intelligence saving throw to represent memory. Congratulations, you remember. These two beings are very familiar to you. You can't pick out why at first until you see that the tall, lanky one is holding what looks like a weather vane that seems to glow oddly, as if it was measuring something as opposed to telling the weather. And you recall it glowing fully bright when you were crowned at one point. You could have sworn it was a dream, but then you see the name of the carnival. The Witchlight Carnival.
god! Jimmy kind of like takes a few moments to progress. Like, wait, she has a look. Even though her mask is covering her face, you can tell that she's recognizing this place. She knows. She kind of has this feeling of she knows where she is almost.
Well, I'm assuming this is kind of obvious for everyone around to see.
Yes.
Yeah.
And everyone else is, running around checking if there is any injured or anything like that. Karma?
Yes. So, like, the crew is more worried about the ship and the crew. And from
Wonderful.
what you can hear, some people are injured, but nobody's dead.
That's good. In that case, while Jimmy starts to panic, would that be incorrect?
She's kind of panicking. She's trying to fucking progress. Because all she even kind of knew is, like, she had faint recollections of the word witchlight. And just, it felt like a dream of sorts. She remembered a carnival, and she doesn't remember much before that. But,
and these are better pictures of the two people.
Yeah. But now it's like, what's going on?
And it's not a firm grip. It's sort of a gentle one, but Rich pulls you back a bit. It's so that they, couldn't see you, and it's just a kneeling down thing of like, slow down. Do you know them?
I think so. I think I've been here before.
Okay.
All right, and you guys are able to move the handouts that I handed you so you could get a better look at them.
Yep.
Can I continue shouting down at the people?
But of course.
I wouldn't let that
So, I then shout down after we've had a moment to take stock of everything that's happened and say, a couple seem to be hurt, but I think we're all right. Now, where in the blazes are we?
A strange place, it seems.
I was just about to ask what your reaction was going to be, Jorah. All right, so you see these colorful people and the very obvious carnival where one shouldn't be, because weren't you just out at sea?
Very much so.
How would you react to all of this?
Who, myself?
No, I'm asking Jorah's character.
I genuinely don't know. She's just looking around. She's probably going to be looking for survivors with the rest of the crew because
Understood.
that at least is grounded in reality. This is beyond her level of reality and recognition. She doesn't understand anything that's going on around her. So she's trying to stay grounded.
What are you doing? Maya?
Oh, I'm not used to my
Sorry,
name being called
you're
out
fine.
yet. Still,
Seven. What is Maya doing?
she was going around checking if people were fine, and then once realizing where the fuck she is, she's like, oh, okay, where the fuck did I get dropped into now?
Okay. I want both of you to roll a perception check since you are looking for survivors. While you're doing that, Bip.
How to process. Like, he followed Jimmy up, onto the deck, and he's just like, what? Huh? One can almost feel the question marks in his head, just like, huh?
Okay. So, as you're processing, Holmina, you are able to find more of the obvious hurt crew members that are just that were thrown about from the crash. Some of them are bleeding. Mysteriously, none of them are actually hurt. Just kind of knocked for a loop. So you're able to help them out. Maya, you hear a muffled cry of help, and it's coming from further below, and you recognize it as the halfling woman who led you to your room.
She is going to yeet on down there to, try and see what's up.
So you go down and you notice that a large section, a large pile of items, like crates and stuff like that, had fallen, and she is trapped.
Well, time to start pulling that shit off.
All right, give me a strength check.
Okay.
All right,
You-
you're having a lot of difficulty.
If you indicate where they're at, I can help with that.
Yeah, Maya's going to. I'm not going to shout. It's fucking late at night. She's going to shout out up as loud as she can for help.
Okay, give me 1 second.
That's an oven sound.
I'm going to
Yes.
fucking shank something.
Yep.
Fuck.
I'm just trying to talk to these people so that we don't get eaten.
Understandable.
Yeah, I'm mentally screaming.
You're burring.
Yeah, my mind's
I've
going.
been to the wilds, but I've never.
I'm
been
probably
here.
one of the least appetizing, so I'm okay.
Thanks.
Not
My
edible,
mind is
so-
going burr because fucking karma only gave me small things about
Okay.
this.
I'm back. So, you call up. I'm gonna say you hear them, Holmina, as well as a few other crew members.
Mm.
So, working together, pick someone to represent you as you roll again for. Instead of just strength, give me an athletics check.
Oh,
With,
Have a
but someone has to
seven
roll
with
it with advantage.
I have a 7 with that, so
I have an 8 in the athletic skill.
do you want to do it because you have a little bit of a higher one?
Works for me if nobody else is higher.
All right. So go ahead and roll it, Holmina, with
God.
advantage because Maya's helping you. You
Right.
get a 19. So, working together with the rest of the crew, you guys are able to move a lot of the heavier items, and she's fine. She was trapped. All of it seemed to have surrounded her, but for whatever reason, she's fine.
Huh.
She's gonna look around at the rest of the crew that seems unharmed. She's like, this can't be a coincidence.
All of a sudden, you all hear the wood creaking very heavily.
I think it's time to go.
Oh dear.
As
So-
the ship starts creaking, Art just
Yeah.
shouts down, "Permission to come ashore? I think we're already ashore, but permission to come ashore?"
Permission granted, I suppose. You heard him. Permission granted.
Maya is gonna-
I'm jumping off the boat.
Okay,
He's doing
Not
that
literally,
I-
but
bird thing and flying up and down and hovering a few inches off the ground as per usual.
So I am going to say that the ship where the upper deck is about 20 feet from the ground.
is there a ladder on the side of the ship that could be?
There
used to climb
is
down?
rigging. They do have handholds that are generally used for whenever someone's overboard. They also have rigging, so you can climb down.
Then climb down I shall.
Imagine.
Is Sparky with Jimmy?
Yes, and
Okay.
Sparky's looking around, wide eyes, like, oh, oh, oh.
So Jimmy's probably gonna hug Sparky in a nervous motion.
Huh?
Like something is she does not know how to feel about this.
Sparky just goes and starts nuzzling Jimmy's cheek.
She's also gonna follow Richard around at this point, kind of keeping close to him.
Fair enough.
All right.
They can hide under his cloak if they so
Now,
choose.
as the creaking intensifies, the captain just tells people to continue climbing down. You guys make it up from below deck and are able to help people get down as well as get off yourself. She's the last one off, and just before she finally lets go and drops from it, the ship collapses inward.
Oh dear.
Oh.
Oh.
Wait, where's my
Well,
chest?
stuck here.
Where's my chest?
You just there's a lot of smoke, and it just looks like the entire thing has been thrashed.
I'm running into the rubble to find my chest. I need my buddy.
Give me a perception roll.
Where's my sheet?
Actually, no, you're searching. Give me an investigation.
Okay, hold on. Where did it go? I have somehow managed to lose my sheet. Give me a second. Investigation, you said?
Investigation.
All right. There it is.
Okay. You frantically search through the wooden boards as well as the rest of the wreck. You find some items here and there, but it's not what you're looking for. But when you finally pick up a board, you just hear familiar clacking sound, and as you turn to your left, you see some of the rubble shift, and it lift up to reveal the chest, pressing hard on all of its spidery legs to try to get the wood off of it so it can move.
I'm yeeting that board off of it. I'm getting it out.
I'm not even going to let you roll for it. So it comes off, and then the chest kind of shakes itself a bit. You hear the rattle of its contents, and it looks over at you, scuttles over, and just kind of bumps itself against your leg.
Oh.
There you are. I certainly didn't expect that to happen. I just pick up chest and carry out of the rubble, since I'm assuming it's kind of center mass.
So I do want to say this is the largest feat of strength you've ever shown. So everyone, you just kind of notice that the lanky-looking Aetherborn just suddenly picks up his chest, and this is normal-sized chest, as if it's nothing, and it's let me get you out of here.
Homina shrugs and nods in approval.
But yeah, once I get out of the
Like,
rubble, I
like
just
an
kind of
emoji?
dust myself off, make sure that I look presentable, do the same for my chest, and then just kind of walk up to the two folks who ran over and just kind of introduce myself.
Beg pardon, but how did you get here? I mean, you're not exactly who we were expecting.
I wish I could tell. Does anybody know it? I know there was a fog, it was pink in color. I think the captain might know better than I.
We hit a storm. It felt like it was pulling us and pushing us towards the fog. We didn't expect to end up on land, else we wouldn't have come on our ship, which didn't seem to survive the crash. And she just looks very confused as she stares at the ship.
Well, yes, what are we going to do without a ship? It suddenly just dawned on me.
Well, we'll have some of our helpers help you retrieve everything. Terribly sorry about that, though. We've never really had a ship drop. Well, no, tell a lie. We've had a few ships. Scarily a lot more than recent, but it's not supposed to be that way.
Yes, it was just as Mr. Light says. We were, however, expecting a giant tortoise carrying a group of Triton that wished to visit. Not exactly too sure why a ship came through.
Intriguing. There's just a look of trying to comprehend.
Let's have a good look at you. You certainly seem like an interesting... And suddenly, as Mr. Light looks around, he sees Jimmy and his little weather vane wand starts glowing brighter.
Jimmy just like rips onto the cloak, unsure whether he's still.
Yeah, they're just hiding behind Richard.
Yeah.
Terribly sorry, terribly sorry. Don't mean to frighten you, but the witch. Yes, Mr. Light. Do you recall how many summers ago was that? About.
How old is Jimmy right now?
She's 27.
Thank you.
About 20 summers ago, one of our crowned ones. One of the ones who became king of the Witchlight Festival. Ah, yes. Rather different, that one, yes. I believe they were rather pale, yes? Yes, quite. Yes, well, my wand seems to be reacting to this one. A previous king, I think. Odd. Fairly odd. This is true.
Just kind of like looks right towards Jimmy.
I don't know.
This is rather peculiar. We usually don't get those many who return that have been crowned king of the Witchlight Festival, Carnival.
Why do I keep saying festival? Fuck.
Same thing, really.
Same thing, really.
Art's just got the whole fucking soap opera face as per usual, watching this unfold.
Well, Mr. Light's wand is never wrong. Considering that you are in the presence of one of our former kings, we greet you to the Witchlight Carnival. Please enjoy the various amenities. You are free to enjoy your time here as you get your what's the word? Yes. Get yourselves together. Yes. Relax. We will do our best to attend to your every need. Oh, yes. That will be very much what we are going to do.
Can I run an insight check on them?
Yes, of course.
I would like
Wonderful.
to do the same.
No,
Please go ahead.
Let's all just casually,
If you think that they are
Vibe check
sus, feel free to vibe check.
I'm going to vibe check them with my proficiency.
Oh!
Okay. All
Jimmy's
right.
too nervous.
Oh,
Jimmy's too nervous.
I have vibe
They've had the ultimate vibe check.
So,
with
Jimmy,
my proficiency.
did you want to do anything, Holmina?
Honestly, no. At the end of the day, they're suspicious, but she's not suspicious enough to actually like
Think
really
about
put
it.
in the effort.
Understood.
She's more just trying to stay anchored in reality at the moment
So,
because this is beyond her.
Jimmy and Maya. You can't
Jimmy
tell.
has an 8.
Yeah, Jimmy and Maya. You can't tell shit.
Okay.
Yep.
Oh my god, Dad.
Like, you're not sure if they're on the up and up or if they're just being sus as fuck. Everyone else who got over a 15 except for Bip, they seem on the straight and narrow. What they're saying appears to be exactly how they are. No lies. Bip. You get the same thing, but you also get a strong sense of discomfort and confusion from them. They're doing their best to be accommodating, but at the same time, they're also trying to figure out what the fuck.
So they're vibe checking us right back.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's fair.
All right. Well, then, if there is no like malicious intent or anything that I would feel, that is tremendously appreciated. Although I still don't fully know where we are. You said it was a carnival.
Yes, this is our Witchlight Carnival. We travel hither and yon and beyond in order to bring smiles to the faces of all. And sometimes we bring people from various ends of the world if they are able to, access this place. Yes, quite. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Sometimes people visit us out of nowhere. We're not exactly too sure why, but we do our best to send them back where they've come from after they've had a wonderful time.
That would explain stories. That explains a lot, actually.
And as you look around at the very edges of the carnival, you see more of that cotton candy fog just lingering.
I'm just gonna ask point blank, what's with the fog around the place?
It is a protection spell. We hide from those that would wish to crash the carnival, as it were. So we do our best to keep our guests and our workers and ourselves protected from the various entities that would do ill to us from the Feywilds and beyond.
Intriguing, because we sailed into a cloud of that fog.
Yes, that is quite odd. We have trinkets that we send off to various patrons, as it were, and they, in turn, use those in order to open portals that lead them directly to us. Though usually they do so in very colorful and lovely carriages, like that one over there. And waving flamboyantly with his wand, he points forward, and you see a large, colorful carriage being pulled by a horse with butterfly wings.
Intriguing indeed. Rolling in style, I see.
Indeed, though you seem to have landed right in the middle of our parking lot, which might confuse things.
That might be problematic. Our apologies.
Do not worry. Our weatherlight hands are perfectly capable, our witchlight hands are perfectly capable of taking all of this and sorting through it quickly in order to clear the way.
The thing beep and Joel's on.
Yes, I know.
So, they both, with practice ease, step to either side of the entrance and perform a full flamboyant bow. Welcome to the Witchlight Carnival.
Artorias does the same in return.
There are plenty of rides and festivities to go through, though they usually require tickets. Oh, indeed. But since you are in the presence of a former king, we are perfectly willing to give all of you 10 tickets each to use as you please. Though feel free to purchase more at your will.
Thank you greatly.
And Mr. Light waves his wand with little fluttery pixie dust sparkles following after it, and waves it towards all of you. And suddenly in each of your hands is 10 tickets and a fancy wristband that seems to be made out of rubber.
Jimmy kind of looks at the wristband.
Yeah, same.
On it says
wristband and then bite it.
On it says Witchlight Festival or Witchlight Carnival, and then it shifts whatever language it's into, whatever language you'll normally speak. If it's not common, it shifts to something else.
Yes, the birds speak language.
The birds have language. And as you bite it, you gnaw on it, and it doesn't give.
Crunchy.
She's just more so nibbling on it to see what the actual material was because she didn't understand it. It was like weird. It just appeared, and she's like, I don't like this.
It's like somebody put a hat on a cat.
Well, I guess she's going to be the first. Well, Maya's just going to go in then.
I put my wristband on, graciously bow once more, and walk into the carnival.
So,
as flamboyantly as possible, I should add.
first things first.
Oh.
I need to put a tracker on the map to show where everybody is. And if anybody splits up, that requires a different tracker. So,
Yep.
Since you all have graciously decided that Jimmy is our current hero,
No!
Jimmy
Yes.
will be our tracker.
Ah!
Sounds.
Angry Oogie sounds. Angry Oogie sounds intensify. Are you sure you shouldn't be Sparky with all the sounds that you're making?
How's it feel to be the main character?
No.
The day
Okay,
pasta.
There we go. Behold the Oog.
Oh my god.
Hell yeah.
So
Just to make sure,
down.
just to make sure while it's on the mind, I'm gonna assume that the entire crew is fine.
Yes. In
Okay.
fact, mysteriously, all of them barely got out of that. Like, the worst of it was a broken bone. That's the worst of it. And the
Okay.
fact that it crumbled in on itself after everyone had left is
It's a bit
causing the
more
captain
than
to just
just
stand there and
serendipitous.
stare at it oddly.
It's a bit more than just serendipitous.
Yes. In fact, let me see if I can't find a picture of a shipwreck in order to represent our poor ship.
I just imagine the captain just looking at it, I'm sorry, my sweet bitch.
In fact, the only thing that seems to have survived and is whole is the I keep on forgetting the word for this. Figurehead.
Yes.
Mhm.
It survived? Oh, thank the gods.
Yes, it survived.
It would have been a shame to lose such a work of art.
Indeed. Booth. Manned by an old gnome, I think he is. Wizened with age, long beard. I have a picture of him, actually. Just give me 1 second to set something up. Why do these things oddly save to my desktop instead of to my downloads?
Mm.
So here is our poor shipwreck.
I'll walk it off.
All right. And if I could find my image of the dude.
This whole time, Jamie's still by Richard.
Oh, it's a
He's-
goblin. That's my bad.
Mhm.
Bet they eat dogs. Sorry, carry over from my other campaign.
Okay. So, unfortunately, I thought I had a picture of him, but I guess I don't. So, you pass by the ticket booth, and there's this wrinkled old goblin standing there, and he sees that you already have tickets and just gives a light wave. Well, welcome, welcome.
Bip waves back, just all happy. Happy, cheerful Bip.
Just gives a slight wave.
I'm Nicholas. Welcome. You are guests. You deserve gift.
Oh.
Yeah.
And he reaches off to one side and pulls out a large stack of flat, fake-looking fairy wings.
That also explains the stories. I just kind of mutter under my breath.
Oh, those are cute.
Come. You are able to fly, yes? It is a wonderful feeling. You get to pretend you are fairy.
Mhm.
Bip just kind of glances to his own wings. I don't think I need those.
Oh, true, but it would be pretty.
It would be pretty.
He offers one out to Bip.
How much do they cost?
You are guests. You get them for free with your tickets.
You know what? Sure, for shits and gigs, Bip will
I'll take a pair as well.
Bip will take the wings.
Just gonna glance down to Jimmy.
Jimmy looks unsure. Even though you can't tell with the mask, you can tell she's unsure.
She's clinging to you tightly and kind of looking like oddly.
I just
Because she's trying to remember.
Before you decide.
She's trying to remember stuff as this is going
Okay,
on.
give me another intelligence saving throw.
Okay, let me fucking.
I will state Bip will be just looking at these wings and is kind of that back to his own. He's like, I know how to put these on.
I'm just kind
Nope,
of
not this time.
Not this time at all.
Yeah.
I really think I'm fine. I'd like to stay on the ground.
I want to fly.
I feel the same.
Offered the ability to
I have
fly.
no need for such strange wings.
Well, even if we're not using them, I guess I'll take one. And yeah, Richard will take one because especially if they work outside of this place,
Yeah, right?
that's a handy trick.
That is also my thought process, but also, how often do you get to fly? I will jump upon this opportunity.
And now, to introduce you to the rules of the Witchlight Carnival. First, have fun. Be friendly to each other. If everyone's having fun, everyone's having a great time. But if you are causing trouble, we kick you out.
Sounds
Makes-
very fair.
That makes a lot of sense.
2, everything. Even if you're not sure, it can lead to a great adventure, yes? Especially the
again?
wings.
It cut out.
No, try out everything, yes? Even if you're not sure, it can be a great adventure. If you really don't want to, you don't have to. No one's forcing you. Just try to have a good time, huh? And 3, the wings and all gifts that you receive here, unless stated otherwise, only work within the Witchlight Carnival.
Damn. Still
There
gonna
it
fly, though.
Please do not try to make any kind of knockoff stuff to sell outside because we do not want anybody getting hurt and blaming us.
Getting hurt? She raises an eyebrow.
Oh yes, we've had people try to make their own wings and say that they got it from us. Outside? No. They crash and burn.
Ooh. Ooh. Got it. How do I put these things on? Is it like a backpack? Or
You notice that they have straps much like a backpack, so you just look like you slip your arms into them.
Oh, it's like those
Alright.
fake fairy wings set
Yeah,
up.
literally.
So I put them on like a backpack. I just go, okay, now what?
After a bit, they start flapping, and you find yourself hovering a couple of feet over the ground.
How do I move now? This is very strange. This is interesting.
To move, you simply think of where you want to go and you will go.
All right. He just picks a spot that's kind of within sight so that he's not going too far and just kind of flies that direction.
And he does.
Bip is
You
going to try-
find that you can walk faster than you can fly, because the flight only gives you 20 foot of movement.
Huh. This is very slow, but it's a very interesting
And
feeling.
as you fly, little pixie glitter follows behind you. And you actually hear a slight tinkling that's a little adorable.
It's so flamboyant.
It's slow flamboyant. So the treasure chest actually goes up and knocks a leg on the against the ticket booth. The old gnome looks down. Of course. Here. And he just places one right on the top of the on the chest. So you see, so it looks like a butterfly's resting on it. And then it starts flapping, and then the chest starts hovering above the ground, and its legs are just kind of dangling there as it moves around.
Does it just kind of spin as it tries to go places?
Those wings look so silly on you.
Hey, do not insult Duke.
I'm actually in agreement.
Bip's gonna try and get these wings on despite his own wings. He's like, I want to wear them. They're pretty.
Stop.
Jimmy couldn't
Stop.
help but give out a bit of a laughter. At what's
Holmina's
happening.
just cringing as she watches the bird person try to put on an additional set of wings. You don't even.
Eventually, you figure it out, and the wings sit comfortably in between your own wings. And while you fly on your own, now you use your normal flying speed, but you emit the trail of pixie dust sprinkles and the tinkling of bells.
Yeah!
Holmina looks visibly horrified. She's just watching as this bird person's fluttering about like a little fairy.
Jimmy
Little
looks back
fairy.
at the booth. Is this like the one-time offer for these wings, or could we come back and get them if you feel like?
No, you can get them anytime.
Okay, I wanted to double check.
Bip is cheering. He is happy.
Sometimes people don't feel like flying, but they feel like flying later. So, old Nicholas, he gives you them later, yes?
Repeat that?
Sometimes people don't feel like flying now, but they feel like flying later. So, you come back later, old Nicholas will give it to you, yes?
Okay, thank you.
Might use your words a little bit better next time.
Nicholas will try. Old goblin brain sometimes doesn't work too well, huh?
That's fair.
I'm going to go explore around. See where we dropped. You know what
Fair
I mean.
enough. Yeah.
All right.
Jimmy also looks at Sparky and goes, Okay, so you heard the rules, right? Don't make too much of a racket, please.
Sparky leaps onto the table and looks at Nicholas expectantly. Nicholas chuckles and fits the butterfly wings on him.
Oh my god.
And the butterfly wings amusingly shrink to fit him.
Oh my god.
Jimmy has this look like, even though she has the mask, you can tell she's just like, oh my god. Sparky, why? How do you feel with the wings, Sparky?
Sparky starts fluttering about. You know, I gotta like these.
They're only temporary.
I know.
But Jimmy looks at the group and is like, where are we going to first in the sense of looking around?
Anywhere but the ticket booth.
Not true.
I was already slithering off someplace
Crowned
else.
monarch of the Carnival, tell us where to go.
No! Oh.
I
don't even.
Helmina's gonna chuckle. Just like chuckle to herself.
Jimmy kind of crosses her arms, like, I don't even remember much here.
That's all right. Perhaps you'll remember along the way. Is there anything you do remember?
I all I can really remember is um all I kind of do remember is just a crowning moment, but that's it. I don't remember much about this place in general.
Do you remember where?
Give me another intelligence saving throw.
We can see the big top down the road, right?
Yep. Everything is pretty much visible.
Nope, she's having bad luck with these.
Yeah.
Probably in there.
I'm giving you advantage this time
Mm-hmm.
because you're actually in the place and slowly the memories are starting to awaken.
Okay.
And just as Rich says, the moment they point out the big top, you actually remember people gathering, walking in it, lots of lights, witch and light there, and then a crown.
That's right. It was the big top. I remember a lot of folks going in there and just there was a crown in there.
Do you want to see what's happening now?
Sure, I guess.
All right.
I just don't want us to be separated from the group. I'm not too sure on this place.
Well, then sticking together doesn't sound like a horrid idea to me, especially with how slow we move with these wings.
Mm-hmm. Yeah?
I already said that Maya fucked off.
Oh, where did
Uh-oh.
Maya go?
Already walked off.
like she said, she is going to venture around.
Whoops.
All right. So give me a second. Where is Maya going?
She was going checking out like the first circle, like around this area first.
Okay, so she goes around here. All right. So I'll start with Maya and then I'll go with you guys, okay?
Okay.
Mhm.
So Maya, as you slithered off in order to take a look around, the area that you're moving towards has a few other people who work there. And as you notice, all of the staff are wearing the wings. It's almost like part of their uniform. But there are quite a few guests that are milling about, children, adults. Quite a few of them actually look very mismatched, like they're not actually there together. It's also a very mixed bag of races. And as you get closer to this area, you notice a large number of people are really small, tiny even, as if something shrunk them. At first you think, oh, these are actually fairies or pixies, but the closer you look, you actually see one that looks like a half-orc. You see another one that looks like a very tiny elephant man. And one of the workers just smiles at you, is like, welcome to the Pixie Kingdom. Come around if you wish to fly about and feel what it's like to be a fairy. We have frog racing and all sorts of other such things. You can even enjoy a lovely spot of tea at the Bubble Pop.
I'm just going to go out on a whim here and just say those little fairy wings just make us smaller.
Well, it's not the fairy wings themselves. There's an enchantment that people get cast on if you wish to enter the Pixie Kingdom in order to shrink.
Right now, I'm just slithering around and see what might go on.
All right. Make sure you have some fun.
Mm-hmm.
And where would you go from there?
Oh, she's going around in the circle, so
Just around the circle?
just
Okay.
around the circle first and see.
So I'll leave. I gotta leave you and move on to the rest. So everyone else who didn't fuck off,
Me tempted to fuck off.
you make your way towards the big top, and the first thing that you come across is the Calliope. You hear this jaunty carnival music, like the source of it, as it gets louder, you get closer to it. It's a wagon that has pipe or organ pipes, lack of a better term, popping out from the top. And off to one side, you actually see a very well-dressed monkey slowly turning a handle that causes the music to seemingly causes the music to come out from the pipes. And then near it, there's a small goblin dressed up like a ladybug, toddling up to you and holding a tin cup that rattles every so often from the coins inside.
She.
And
I never mind. Go. Continue.
And as he does, he seems to be holding a piece of paper, and she holds out to one of you.
Oh,
That
what?
is a good question. What does it say?
Who's gonna
Who
take it?
takes it? All
If
right.
anyone else will, I will take the paper.
Take it.
All right. Who's taking it?
Twig, I think.
Bip is
Okay.
taking the paper.
Bip. When you pick up the paper, it says, "Spare a button, if you please. I'll sew it next to all of these. I offer nothing in its place besides a smile on my face." And then, after you read that, you notice that right next to where the monkey turning the organ is, the wall right next to it is covered in a mismatch of buttons.
Interesting tradition.
Oh my goodness, that's so cute. Hey, does any of you have a spare button?
I could
Jamie kind of
potentially
sees
pick
that
up a
she
spare.
does have a spare button on hand, though I don't think so.
Richard does.
You
would.
just have a spare
Yep,
button.
You would, when you have to repair your own clothes, yeah, you would.
Mm-hmm, that's fair.
Fair.
Yeah. So, yeah, sure, you just give the bip.
Bip gives the button over.
The goblin holds up the cup, and you actually notice that instead of coins, it's buttons inside.
Like, Bip drops the button in the cup.
The goblin gives you a great big crooked smile, and then just kind of waddles back over to the monkey and holds it up like a child who did something good and is looking for a reward. The monkey continues playing, but reaches out with a hand, pats the goblin on his head, takes the buttons, and then nods to all of you.
My heart out of character is melted at this. That's adorable. Bip is happy. Bip is content. He has done a good thing today.
All right. And with that, you can continue onward to the big top if you wish.
And that's what we're doing, I think.
Okay.
Seems
Let's
so.
check it out.
You're the monarch.
Yeah, you are the main character.
No, I'm not.
My king.
You are literally our track.
Your Majesty!
Oh yes. By the way, every time, just for the record, every time that I have addressed you in character, there's been a deep, sweeping, overly dramatic bow. Every fucking
Okay.
Jimmy
time.
has this
As-
look of
hold
she
on.
wants to
Committed to
kick
this
someone. She wants
As
to
you
kick.
all make a commotion of calling Jimmy Your Majesty, Your Highness, my king, all
No,
of that,
no.
there are several others around, especially workers, who hear this and then chuckling, they do the same.
Jimmy she just bundles up into a ball at this point.
Is everyone but Richard doing that to Jimmy?
No, because Sparky sits on top of Jimmy's head, holds its head up, and just soaks it all up like everything is for him.
Jimmy,
We love Sparky.
she's just
Ah,
like
yes, my loyal subjects. Yes, continue to heap praise upon me. I deserve
Jamie will just take her cloak and just put it over her head, just like flip it over her, and she will just fucking cover Sparky along with it, and just use it.
So you see like Jimmy's hood just like struggling as like bubbling and moving around as Sparky tries to get out.
Almina's just gonna chuckle before she moves up behind Jimmy and just kind of acts like a bodyguard, like looking person behind her, just kind of watching over them.
Mhm.
Yes,
She's no longer teasing. She's just kind of being there in case necessary, in case needed.
My chest
Richard is
runs up
crouching
behind
nearby.
them. My chest runs up behind them, bumps into the back of their legs so that they fall and sit upon it like a throne, and just carries them around.
Oh my
So-
god!
We got the bodyguard and we got the royal coffer that moves.
So
Jimmy lifts up the fucking her cloak and just like, will you guys stop it?
okay.
You'll live, little one.
So
I
as you guys
don't
approach
remember.
as you guys approach the big top, you see like a couple of workers also in the pixie wings standing in front of just calling out what acts are going on. Come on, come all! The beautiful ballerina who dances with animated costumes shall show you all today's latest fashion and tomorrow's greatest performance. Or is that the other way around? And the one across from him is like, no, it's today's greatest performance with tomorrow's greatest fashion. Ah, yes. And also, come later today where we will have the big extravaganza, and later tonight where we will crown today's Witchlight Carnival Monarch.
Maybe you'll get crowned again.
I
maybe
know.
they crowned again.
No. There's no. Come on. No.
I mean, they already said it was rare for a crowned individual to show up
No.
again. Perhaps he'll be crowned a second time.
Yeah, that'd be so cool.
Guys, come on. I don't even remember how it happened the first time.
Well, getting crowned again would certainly jog your memory.
Exactly.
She's just
And
has
as
her-
you peek into the big top, you actually see an elven woman dressed as a ballerina, making very elegant and wonderful movements to very classical music and moving costumes of various styles dancing along with her.
Mm-hmm.
uh, Jimmy turns to the people who are running, like the shouting,
Mhm.
who are shouting out, and goes, "Hey,
Hmm?
question. What is the crowning of the Witchlight Monarch?"
Monarch.
Every day, we pick a single person who's done their best to help make sure everyone's having a grand old time and crown them as the Witchlight Monarch. It's a reward for helping everybody follow rule number 1 and 2.
Huh. Jimmy kind of just thinks for a moment and trying to.
Oh, so you made everyone have fun. That's what you did.
And
I
As
mean,
they
you're
say
certainly doing
this-
a good job of it as well.
as you say this, the memory comes back of helping a crying child who was lost, of helping a couple of people who were unsure try an event that you wanted to try. A few other things. It's all a mishmash, but it was basically you enjoying yourself and following the rules.
Yeah. Yeah, I was. God. I don't know what happened but I do remember actually. I just remembered I did help out. I was helping out. I was having fun and I was taking part in things and actually helping some folks out as things were going on during the day. I just don't know why the memory is faded, though.
Perhaps it could be something similar to the reason I can't speak of the... He cuts off again. God damn it!
As you cry out, quite a few people like jump and look at you oddly. Are you all right, sir?
Yes, sorry, having trouble recalling something.
Ah, very good, very good. Usually when I forget something, I tend to go for a lovely spot of tea over at the Bubble Pop. The ladies there have a marvelous time actually helping people remember things as long as you're able to join them in rhyme.
Join them in rhyme, perhaps sometime.
Ha?
Ah!
Alternatively, some people find that they remember things when listening to the beautiful voice of our mermaid songstress over at Silver Song Lake.
I see.
Why do I feel like you're slowly turning to look at me?
Oh, I absolutely was.
Yeah.
Just as soon
You
as they
can feel the look of just pride on his face at that pun that nobody fucking got.
No, it wasn't misunderstood. It was understood.
It's more in the sense of the factor of the remembrance part of things. And currently, there's one person in the party who has memory issues right currently.
Well, that was a combo of that and just wanting to tease you more.
Of course, just in case you forgot something as part of your memories, you could try the Lost Found.
Would work for memories?
Well, sometimes people lose an item, and an item can be tied to a memory.
I mean,
that's actually not a bad idea. You've been here before. Perhaps it is. There is something there.
Maybe. I mean, sure, I guess.
Worth a shot.
Well, if you want to try that first, go past the Calliope and just a little to the left, follow the circle, and you'll see it along your right.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And both of them at once go, "Take care, Your Majesty!" And they both bow.
Homie's just gonna pat him on the back, or pat her on the back.
All right. Well, if there's none opposed, then ready to go, little miss?
Let's go.
Yeah.
Hi, Emily.
Shall we set off then, Your Highness?
Oh my
Let
god.
us go, Your Majesty.
Okay. Can I have everybody make it for a roll to see if they notice something as she's getting really flustered?
Perception?
You know what?
Yes, persuasion.
I'll allow it.
Perception?
Yeah.
Just DM me what it is.
Fuck.
13. Fucking 29.
It just lagged. Okay.
2 29s.
It just lagged on my end.
Ah, got it.
Because I have expertise in perception.
Yeah? Yeah?
Okay.
All right. So, for this, I'm actually going to say that the CR is 8. You all notice it because it's very obvious.
Okay.
Because you're all looking right at Jimmy as they start squawking and getting more and more embarrassed. You notice that their white hair is slowly shifting to a different color. What color is it changing to, Uggs?
It's turning to like a black hair color.
Art sees this change starting to happen and immediately just goes to try to distract everybody thinking back to the conversation in the dorm room. He just trips and falls, just like on purpose, just eats shit, just on the ground.
Are you okay?
I am okay.
Gonna blink. Holmina's gonna blink at this and she'll register this immediately, know exactly what it is because she's actually had a party member who was a changeling before.
Oh no, I tried.
So,
I tried.
You tried. It's because of Jimmy's old fucking embarrassment that's going on because of the party.
So,
Mina's not gonna say a word though if
All right.
nobody else notices.
so that happens.
Wait, do I successfully deceive?
You know what?
Would that be deception?
Give me a performance check.
Performance. There it is.
Performance. No.
Damn.
Damn.
Even with eating shit, it wasn't. Oh.
You eat shit, people look at you, and one person goes, "How did you trip while you were floating?"
I am amazing at falling.
Jimmy kind of jumps for a sec, sees Art on the ground, and actually goes over to help him up. Her
Yeah.
hair is trying to get back to normal state, but you can still see it kind of like at a sense where the tips of her hair are like blackish.
Mhm. And while that is going on, Maya, 7.
Yes.
As you slither along, you notice this large 3-pointed tent right here, and someone in front of it just calling out, "Hall of Illusions, take a look at every single way that you possibly could be. You want to see yourself as a dragonborn? You want to see yourself as human? Tall, short, thin, male, female, whatever. Come right in."
You know what? She is going to slither up and just it's like one of those pixie things we have to become small or
All right. No, it's normal sized.
normal size.
Only the small things are all inside of this area.
Oh, okay. I see. Oh, you piqued my curiosity. Do I just have to give you this ticket or
Yep, it costs 1 ticket.
she gives them a ticket?
So you hold out your ticket, and they pull out a hole puncher, and then they tap it. And suddenly the ticket itself, with the hole in it, shifts from a slightly golden color to a kind of dull gray. That's 1. All right. Feel free to walk right in.
Looks down at the less of legs, but heads in anyways.
So as you slither in, you are surrounded, like it's a hall of tall mirrors. They all look perfectly fine when looking at them from the side. But as you slither through, you actually see what Maya would have looked like as a child, what Maya would possibly look like really old, what Maya would look like as a male, and then other different possible races that Maya could have been.
The male one kind of disturbed him. She just honestly just sits there, like thinking, "What?" Because the male one disturbed her. She
Mhm.
thought the kid one was cute. Shit. There was a like.
There was an old one.
There was an old one.
And then various races.
Most of them were just interesting to her, but the male one kind of disturbed her.
Okay. Would you say that they're wandering up and down for a while?
Yeah, they were going up and down for a little bit.
Okay. We'll leave you to looking at yourself there, narcissist.
I need to go to the Hall of Illusions.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
I need to go to the Hall of
Who's
Illusions.
staring at themselves?
And I'll most because the male one kind of disturbed her. So once that's done, she's going to head back to the group.
Okay. So I'm just going to say you're going to be there for a little bit just looking at some of the others because it's a long hallway. In fact, it looks a lot longer than it's bigger on the inside.
Yeah, it's one of those things.
TARDIS.
Yes. So meanwhile, everybody else, you make your way over to the lost property area. Outside the lost property wagon is a large feline creature with midnight blue fur. It has a pair of tentacles extending from its shoulders and wears some of the fake butterfly wings. Hanging from its collar is a small wooden keg. The creature roughhouses with two young boys. One boy squeals, "Again, Derla, again!" while the other hangs onto the creature's neck.
Blink Beast.
No. Displacer.
Something. Oh, Displacer, yeah, that's it. I knew it was
So-
something Beast, I just didn't remember the word.
Let me pop up the image.
They're adorable. In their own way. Their own murderous way.
Well, look how adorable this one is.
Oh my
Look
god!
at that baby! I want one. Just not even a character. Not a character. I want one. Cute.
She looks I'm not you're not exactly too sure why, but you get a very maternal feeling from this creature. Looks up as you all approach. She looks directly at Jimmy and seems to smile, nodding at her.
Jimmy takes she's clearly taking aback slightly, not sure how to respond. Hello?
Hello again, child. It seems you are no longer lost. Or are you lost again?
What?
Do you not recall?
Not really. I'm having difficulties. A bit.
Encountering the Fae will do that to you, child.
The Fae?
You were here a long time ago. You had quite a good time. But then, instead of going home, you went with her.
With who?
The lady. And you just feel the capital L in that.
Jimmy couldn't help but give a shiver. Not sure why. But
And as she mentions the lady, Jimmy gets a flash of an image in her head. At first, it's boss. But then you remember a lot of pink hair, sparkles, and a laugh that sounds like it should be happy, but is frightening.
Jimmy kind of just puts her hand on her mask in a thinking type of pose, trying to think.
And just for the record, all of you understand what this Displacer Beast is saying.
Lots of blinking.
Mhm.
There is a very concerned and puzzled look across Art's face. This is a level of concern nobody's seen on his face. He wasn't even this concerned looking when he thought his chest might have been hurt.
You okay, Jimmy?
I think so. It's still. I'm not sure.
And while you're talking, oh shoot.
Oh.
Oh.
I have to double check something. Oh,
What?
I apologize, everyone. I just realized the time. I have to stop here because I have an RP to get to.
Fair. We did go on for quite a long time.
Yeah.
I'm so
4.5
sorry.
hours.
Out of curiosity, what's your P?
It is for it's for my friend Mara Nayade. I am placing I am playing a spicy fish boy for her RP.
Nice.
Spicy
Okay.
fish boy. Oh boy.
We actually are looking for some NPCs, but I'll not ask you folks if you're not able to.
I didn't charge my shit.
I mean, I won't be
last
able to, but
night.
we'll see.
It's like right now, you said, yeah?
Yeah, it's right now. I have to
Fuck.
go. Yeah, I'm
Fucking-
sorry.
Charge my shit in time.
Show cliffhanger. Show cliffhanger.
Yeah, I'm sorry because
JoJo
I was
to be
about to
continued.
lead into an event and lost all track of time. So I apologize, but everyone, thank you for coming. We'll do this again in a couple of weeks because next week I have to do the Walking Shadows crew. But make sure to
Wait, we are the Walking Shadows crew.
no, you're the Dancing Shadows crew.
We're dancing shadows. We ain't walking.
That's why there was a stupid mix-up.
Yes, there is.
We just gonna be doing some boogies.
Because remember, you guys are in the same world as the other guys.
Oh.
Mhm.
Oh.
Can we fight them?
Lab, let's go.
No.
Can I swindle them?
Sabotage.
Can
In
I
any case.
potentially scam them?
Are you comfortable with doing that to Habepio?
Is it actually a Bepio or is it just dragon?
It's Dragon.
Okay, yes, I would be more than
So,
comfortable swindling
It's a
them.
group that I run. It's Dragon. It's Damien. It's
You gotta make
CeeLo and a
server
few
for this
others.
so that we can cross
Mhm.
interact out of character. Just be like, hey,
Eventually, you will, but you guys, both of you will have your own adventures that you're going through first.
Fair enough.
Understandable.
But to put it into perspective, their group is the one that informed Lord Neverwinter and the Council of the Shadows, and literally
Okay.
are the reason why Neverwinter is lit up like Las Vegas every night.
hmm
So, with that out of the way, thank you all very much. I love each and every one of you.
Bro.
Mhm.
Thank you so much for the
Hey, yo,
game. This was a
Carnival,
lot of
yeah.
fun.
This is
Great.
Take care.
amazing.
Take care.
This is a great group you got together too. Like holy shit.
I'm
I'm impressed.
let me send these guys off before we can continue chatting. So
Of course.
be right back.
I will say that it will be a while before we get into any combat situations, but enjoy this nevertheless.
Hey, I
That's
like the
fine.
RP side of D&D far more than the actual combat. I
Oh,
find that
yeah.
very boring.
I enjoy both.
Which is
So-
why I like to do my stupid flashy moves so that I can get a kick out of it.
Dialogue is wonderful.
Yes.
Also, Karma, if that
So, as what Karma says, we won't continue this until like 2 weeks down, because next Sunday is another party and such. So, but in the meanwhile, tomorrow I should be playing some more Inception or some more Lost in Random. Then on Wednesday, probably some more of those two games as well. With Thursday being probably some Sable with a bit of things from the Flood. But yeah. But other than that, everybody have a good day, good night, good evening, good whatever time is for you guys. And I do hope that everybody has a good one. See ya!